Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Nobody. Yeah. The alarm rings loud, you reach to delay. That's not rest you're choosing, that's life slipping away. You say just 5 minutes, but minutes collect, they turn into years. And Jim Savage says that's self-disrespect. No villain did this, no curse, no attack. You built every wall by not pushing, cut off all that BS that you lack. Comfort felt safe, so you slept in the shade. Now ambition's a debt that compounds when unpaid. The mirror stays silent, but it knows every lie. Every goal you let ride, every reason you try. You don't need more hope or a speech that feels deep. You need habits that work while you're feeling still sleep. The world isn't cruel, it just doesn't give a mo. Fuck it, hands out results to the ball while you were running amok. Your talents is rare, but your effort you were holding back. Man, you stuck, potential means nothing if lack to strive for what you want. Men with less skill and less time than you own are stacking results while you scroll on your phone. They're tired as hell, but they show up anyway, because discipline listens when comfort says stay. Yeah. Men with less skill and less time than you own are stacking results while you scroll on your phone. They're tired as hell, but they show up anyway, because discipline listens when comfort says stay. No one is coming, and that's not a threat. That's the moment your spine should finally feel spasm and regret. Freedom is scary when excuses are gone, but that's what real men decide to say. Let's get it on! So rise before daylight, let silence be loud. Let sweat be your proof, no opinions from a stagnated crowd. No post, no applause, just work in the dark. The fire build there becomes your savage spark. If the weight feels heavy, good, let it be so. Only pressure decides how strong men grow. By nightfall, be proud of the steps that you took, cause ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Yeah, get up, get moving, the clock doesn't wait. Life tallies action, not talks with your fate. Yeah, get up, get moving, the clock doesn't wait. Life tallies action, not talks with your fate.
Check out my dude, Mr.
Now that's the savage way to think. This is more than Mufckin Man. More than Mufckin Man. Now that's the savage way to think. This is more than Mufckin Man. More than Mufckin Man.
Good morning, motherfucking man. Good morning, motherfucking man. Oh my God, I was supposed to be up so much earlier, but I was up late last night doing graphics, videos. I was putting in some work last night, man. Putting in some work. Let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat. I gotta make sure all my shit works. Like I always say, give it up for the Seaman Demons. Oh my gosh. See, like, I appreciate like everybody's contribution to, you know, the channel and everything and all, you know, all the advice. I appreciate everybody. Give a shout out to everybody right now. But I am much motivated out this motherfucker. So anything I put my eyes on, anything that I want, I go in motherfucking get. So I've been working on music, graphics. I got this program, that program. I'm learning that shit, man. And I'm coming up with a motherfucking hits and shit. So shout out to for just even showing me the light of that this was out there to do. I'm gonna give a shout out to my man Nightish. You did. I also want to give a shout out because you know I gotta give the flowers to the G's. My camera's acting up. Let me turn that off. Let's make sure it gets focused. Are you focused, man? All right, there we go. Give a shout out to my man Nightish, like I said, and the inspiration from my dude Fatty, who's doing this thing too, man. Shout out to Fatty. Inspiration to keep growing from Fight Club on and take it. I'm gonna change it to over here. I gotta do something a little different because I can. It's my state. This is the Savage Lands, motherfucker. It's early morning too. Put my skull right there. It's early morning, and I'm tired still, but I appreciate the work I was putting in last night. So, like I said, Fatty Nighters, people who jumped on the panel. Let's see, we got my man Steve Heck, we got Unapologetic, Stanley. Shout out to everybody because I'm always giving love. You know what I'm saying? Gotta give the love. A lot of people out there don't give flowers to nobody. Mike Brown was good with you. How you doing? New, y'all hit that like button ASAP. Hit the like button ASAP. Also, subscribe and share if you feel so kind. It helps me get into the algorithms. All these big time content creators, you know what I'm saying? If I had the time they had, well, I have it now. But if I had the time they had back in the day, I think I'd be a little bit more where I'm supposed to be. But it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. So yeah, I came up with the early morning. I was supposed to be up around 8 o'clock. If y'all saw the timestamp before, 8 o'clock. But I've been up all night dealing with this and dealing with that, trying to get this shows together. So I gotta hit that snooze button. I hit that snooze button by 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 20 times. And I didn't wake up till about an hour ago, maybe something like that. I'm still trying to get there. I got my coffee and my Christmas mug that I got. Gun show. Little mama got me that one. And I'm sitting here ready for action. What I really want to talk about. Epic Gamer, what's really good with you? Time and make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and all that good stuff. Like, subscribe, and share. So I wanted to show a couple clips, early morning clips, things that I saved from last night. That's what it's going to be in the morning. When I get up in the morning, I'm pretty much going to go through my inbox and react to those, react to whatever videos I have. Because it's early, motherfucking man. It's early. Good morning, motherfucking man. I worked on that shit too. Start spitting ASAP. What do you mean start spitting? You want me to rap? Y'all, listen. They should call me Jack. I'm dead serious. They should definitely call me Jack because I have a bunch of trades and I'm very talented and I grow. When I figure out, thank you, Nash. Appreciate you, man. I give you a shout out earlier. Showing me that I am capable of creating even more on these stations than usual. As a matter of fact, I want Nighters to hear this real quick because y'all just tuned in to.
Hey, welcome to my savage land, where anything could happen. No capping, just work trapping. All bow when I stand, or be slaughtered in the savage land. Cause savage is the motherfucking captain. Welcome to my savage land. I create the fucking smoke to make you choke. Y'all ain't ready for the slaughter. I eat kings, goblins, and gods for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There can only be one winner. Watch me shine and shimmer. Welcome to my savage land. Welcome to my savage land. Who the motherfucking smoke? It's all gold in you dig.
It's all gold in you dig. Man, I'm having a great time creating music, growing. This is what it's all about. I sit there and I'm like, I'm sitting here like, I'm like, should I make my channel like other people's? What should I do with my channel? Should I do this? I'm questioning myself for my own shit, which I should, sometimes you should. But gotta understand that I could do whatever the fuck I want on these savage streets that I'm creating right now. I'm a very entertaining person, so I might as well just be myself on here, as always, instead of trying. What do you mean, Nightish? I did the edits. That's what I'm trying to tell you, motherfucker. Me. I've been up all night creating. That's why I got up at 9 something. I was supposed to be up at 8. I snooze because I was up too late making shit. Creating the savage lands. All this editing is me. I've been doing this shit since, man, editing. If you go back to the beginning of my YouTube, I used to edit like animation. And the way I did it, I guarantee nobody could do it the way I did it. Because there's programs to do what I did straight out to just do it that way through one program. I didn't even have that program. I didn't have the money for the program, but I had free access to apps in my creativity. So what I did was take this app, make this picture, take this from this, take a video game, take this out of that, load it into this, add the music. Bro, it's nighted. I'm here. Listen, I'm ready to work. We can work. I'm working together with everybody. Not everybody, but definitely united. Definitely you already showed me that you're the man. So yeah, so early morning we're here and I'm, just creating. And I have a song. Since you're here, 90s, I have a song that I did yesterday. And I already just copyrighted, and I'm gonna go ham because this is the legit song for me. I want y'all to check this out real quick.
Came out the mud with my knuckles bleeding. Ain't nobody bet on me, so I bet on myself. Keep it going, my boy. Came from the dirt, not a choice. Mud on my soul, but my aim pure gold. I was dead broke, now I'm talking cold. Keep it going, my boy. Fact, pressure made me not noise. Nope. Still climbing out the mud, a millionaire voice. I ain't win yet, but the wind up push. Yeah. Keep it going, my boy. Basement night, stomach growling like a threat. Dreams louder than the bills I couldn't pay. Yeah, same clothes, new goals, same hunger, more focus. Everybody fade woke, I was really ferocious. Jim Savage, mind militant. Every L taught lessons, that's curriculum. They was comfy, I was counting every minute spent. Trying not to die broke, that's a different sense. Mud on my jeans, but my thoughts was lavish. I ain't born rich, I was born to damage. Every smile hit war, every laugh aesthetic. I don't flex for the net, I flex for the mattress I earn.
Mud,
Bro,
focus, savage.
keep it going, my boy. Go. Came from the dirt, not a choice. Ain't no fairy tale, just blood and hope. I was building hell, now my future glows. Keep it going, my boy. Listen, pain taught me poise. From eviction letters to investment noise. Millionaire loading, paranoid with poise. Yeah.
I don't trust quick smiles or overnight wins. I seen day ones fold for a slight advance. I was sleeping on floors with my pride intact. Now I'm planning exits with tax on stacks. Jim Savage, I don't beg, I execute. Vision so clear, scared to exit out. I don't chase clout, I chase equity. Ownership mindset, that's a pedigree. I ain't made it, but I'm dangerous now. Hungry man with discipline, pray for the crown. Every step out of mud left permanent scars. That's why I walk like the floor on me now.
Execute, no equity,
Keep it going, my boy. No handouts, no shortcuts. Just time, pain, and repetition. That's how you turn mud. And I'm ready to keep it going, my boy. Keep it going, my boy. Go. Say it loud when the lights get low. From the mud to the millions, I'm still in mode. If I don't make it out, I die on the road. Keep it going, my boy. Facts. Every scar got a voice. I was built for the war, not the comfort zone. Jim Savage talking millionaire loading. Oh, keep it going, my boy. Keep it going, my boy. Keep it going, my boy.
Keep it going, my boy. That's patented. Y'all fuck with it. You can say it, but you gotta pay me. Let's go. Now.
It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needed me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming in frequently. Money coming in the beat.
I have to put my affirmations out there. Because brother like me, man, more talent than half the world, and I progress. Also, I'm broke. All the talent and broke. That's crazy, right? So, if you want to see more, if you want to see more progress, if you feel some type of way that's positive about your boy Jim Savage and think that he has the potential to grow, that
Money coming to me easily. Money coming in.
yes, it's security strong. Dollar sign security strong. All it does is go. All it does is goes to the show, the Savage Lands, so we can have better content, better work ethic with all the wonderful people that I'm trying to work with in this YouTube space, so we can build our own block. And I mean BLACK, our own block on these YouTube streets. One day, and I really been thinking about this. One day, we gonna have a nigga too. I'm dead serious. We gonna have a nigga too. We gonna have a YouTube. You know what? Shout out to Nightish and Stanley in the building. One day we're gonna have our own platform to go ape and sick on and show all of our talents, all the progression of the ethnic and melanated people, because it's necessary. You know what I'm saying? We need to own the station, the mics, the wires, the copper, the gas to fill the building to make. We need to run shit. Look at the content that people are creating around here. Genius. We need somewhere to circulate those dollars amongst each of black others. Each of black others. I don't mean eat black others, but between. You know what I mean. So what's going on? And listen, I'm working on entrances too, like because I do have regulars, which is Nightish, Manhood, the mystery man Steve, Stanley. I'm working on yours, Nightish. I got the entry for Stanley, hilarious. I got the entry for Manhood, but I want to change it up. Definitely got it for the mysterious man Steve. Yeah, and I got a whole bunch of shit working right now, man. Come on now, let's work together. I love to sit there and work on graphics. I do it like that's why I'm so tired from last night. I was working hard. Music, graphics, videos. And to be honest with you, I don't even set up half of my shows. I like this what I want to do, and let's go live and freestyle this shit. Everything I really do is freestyle. I don't know if y'all know this. You probably know because that shit is not like structured the way other people's are, but I don't give a fuck. We're in the Savage Lands. We do shit right off the top because we can. That's how talented the Savage Lands is. And I'm trying to build the Red Alpha team over here of talented motherfuckers. All right, so due to this morning motherfucking man show, I wanted to actually show y'all, well, which we already know, you know what I mean? Just a little couple of shows to show you what we have to deal with as men. You know, just this is what we have to deal with. I'm gonna show you something. All right, let me first and foremost, do I have there we go. Do y'all see Leslie Jones at the bottom of that right there? I've been wondering if she's related to Grace Jones. Because they both have that masculine face. But Grace Jones could get away with being like a chocolate bar exotic model, I guess. But so this is what men are dealing with, and this is like the delusion that we are actually watching, the delusion. Because like I know there's guys out there who are able to admit that they're probably a 5, 6, 7. They're not that handsome. I'm not that tall, or I am too tall. This that. We're able to say what the fuck is going on in our lives to hold ourselves accountable, come to some understanding that this is what it is. And we got to deal with what we got to deal with. You know? But there's chicks like this. You see that face? It looks like me without the beard. I'm dead serious. If I cut my shit off, I look like Leslie Jones. And my eyebrows too. I'll never do that. But I look like Leslie Jones if I cut my shit off. Big back bonnet brigade. I got that. Shout out to whoever came up with that. That was over there at Sharon Show. Sharon and Bracy. One of them ladies over there, one of those wonderful ladies over there who stay in their feminine form. They came up with that. So let me play this. Hopefully it's the beginning. Brace yourself, fellas, because you might get it too aggressive with all the testosterone that comes out of this video. Let's get it.
Yes, I am. I am. Can you handle it?
What is she? Let's see what she
I'm
is.
sick of men telling me, oh, wait, you hardcore. Yes, I am. I am. Can you handle it? Oh, well, yeah. What you bringing to the table?
Ladies, if a man says that you're too aggressive, why the fuck are you like? Why wouldn't you sit back and be like, I don't need to be aggressive with the man that you're looking for a man. And if you're too aggressive, why the fuck? We're the aggressive. We're the aggressive. We're the ones that try to pursue you guys, and we look for that feminine soft. You know what I'm saying? And you want a man to choose you, knowing that y'all gonna wrestle one of these days, and you probably gonna how you gonna feel? How you think he gonna feel? If y'all go and wrestle back and forth, you try to get the socks off each other and playing one of them little challenge shit, and you hang that motherfucker from one arm, nigga, give me your socks. Come on, bruh. Come on. They don't want that.
I am the table.
Did you hear? No, matter of fact, did you feel that? Did you feel that? That's like going into the woods, right? And then hearing a bear. I'm running. I'm out of there. Hey, I'm gonna get to you, Stanley. I know when you was, like you said earlier, when you was younger, you was aggressive with the girls. I get it. Don't start those shit, Stanley. I'm prepared for your ass right now. Right now. Keep talking your shit. Matter of fact, bring your ass up here talking all that shit.
You ate the table.
Facts. Look at, she's still standing. She knows exactly. Look, she looking. I can't even look. It looked like she's looking at me. Like I gotta finish the show like this. Look at that face, y'all. She about to eat me. Like, come on. You know why you single. You could beat up every dude. Like, my bad. I just thought about if I was attracted to her. No, can't do it. But if so happens I had enough a bottle of vodka and I drank half the whole gallon, and all of a sudden the beer guy goes, "Oh my God, she's starting to look like Holly Berry." I that would be the only time that we probably fight. As soon as she grabbed me, man, get your hands off me. Like Denzel, get your nigga hands off me. Oh, table eating bitch.
I don't understand why you wouldn't want a woman like me. I am successful. I'm rich. I can fight.
That's useful. I wouldn't fuck with you, no. Nobody gives a fuck about your success. Men want to be successful. Men want to do the things. They want to be the leaders to take care. So nobody cares about your success. And you can fight. Yes, you can be my good friend. One of these bitches act up. I'm calling Leslie Jones, the Debo. That's Debo right there. That is the female Debo. I remember when I first saw her, what she do, comedy? Man, I was like, how the fuck? Where is she from? The Amazonia? She's like 7'9", and like she like eat babies for a living. Like, God damn. Give it up for the Semen Demons.
That's what you want from your man, dummy. This is the big mistake. These women are exhibiting all the classic signs of retard.
And this is how you know there's a sister code, because come on, Kelly. Come on, Kelly. You know you've been a little chubby and you lost it, and you know, blah, 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 blah. Why y'all don't, why can't you understand that, yes, you may have a good heart, and not everybody looks good. Why can't y'all, you can feel good about yourself knowing that you're ugly. And you know there's technology, there's people that are very upfront and honest, like guys, to tell you ugly. How come you can't just accept that you ugly? I guarantee you probably would find a man if you stop growling at motherfuckers. If you stop growling and yelling, you probably find a man if you sit back. Yes, I'm about 7'2". My voice sounds like Jim Savage. I did beat up a couple dudes the other day, but I'm still willing to date. Somebody will be like, you know what? I'm attracted to her honesty. I'm attracted to her damn honesty. And you might find a short nigga that's willing to get his ass whooped by you, and y'all might love each other for doing so. There's dudes that like to get kicked in the balls. I used to work for a strip club as security for a couple years, man. And there'd be private rooms where dudes like to get kicked in the nuts. There's crazies out there. So there's somebody out there for you, Leslie. But not none of these guys. Not none of my guys. No. You ate the table. Talk about what you bring to the table. There's no table no more. Salute to you, Yeti. Man, hit that like button, like and subscribe if you haven't. Share it to your friend of a friend of a friend. I'm trying to hit that algorithm so we can get like all the other guys. You know what I'm saying? All those big time content creators, because you know, a small guy's over here, less talented. Yeah, right, George. So back to the table eating.
That women suffer from in everyday life. They become the qualities they want in a man, and they don't understand why the men don't want them back. You becoming strong and powerful and successful is you.
Do y'all want a powerful woman? I mean, like, I like a strong-minded, you know, opinionated too. You know, I like to know what's on their minds. I don't want no extreme submissive. I want a woman that knows how to pick and choose their battle. I want a woman that knows when I'm like, to calm me down with that. Because I'm an incredible Hulk on this bitch. When I get angry, walls come down. And I hardly get angry because I know walls will come down. I want that Scarlett Johansson touch. It's okay, big boy. And I'm just like, yes, hug done. You know what I'm saying? Hug done. Because sometimes, like, we're men, we're more of animals than females are. That's a shout out to Stanley, because he thinks men are the worst out here. What I don't understand is how men say men are this, but they act like they ain't man. I don't know. That could be kind of feminine, Stanley. I don't know. I mean a strong woman who knows, who's strong to me is mentally intelligent and knows how a woman should be with a man and knows what a man is. I want a woman that knows what a man is. And a woman that's intelligent and knows what a man is, that's a woman that knows when to calm the hawk down, give you the right information when it's time to understand that I'm going to take it into consideration. And most likely, if it's a good idea, and I chose you, I'm probably going to use that within the decision I'm making through the decision that I'm making. Stanley, I understand that. Stanley, you're old. You're old. You don't understand that the world is different now. We got to adapt and advance. You still stuck before the adapt. I apologize. I apologize. Certainly. See, that's exactly. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. Since I'm gonna put her aside real quick, we're gonna go back to the table eating. We're gonna go back to the table eating. And since you're doing a lot of this, and I like it. I love to interact with the chat because y'all are the show. To be honest with you, without us, I mean, without y'all, there's no show. It's just a show. It's a show for no show. So I appreciate it.
Only trolling talking that shit.
Yeah. Now I'm right, I talk middle all term out. But you had a gully talking that shit. Yeah. I'm only trolling talking that shit. Yeah. You ain't a good troller if not a quick wit. I can change a whole painting with the pounding of the words. Not getting the motherfucking tricky, this just for the birds. I can talk shit on the panel or even the back. If you really want smoke, bitch, we in the chat. We in the chat. We in the chat.
Yes, we in the chat. So let's start from the top to the bottom and give the shots out. We got hot from my man Mike Brown. We got the epic Game 7. What's up to you too? Hey, Slayer, bro. They wanted me to start spitting. Maybe a little later. I'll show you that I can rap and sing as well. Actually, I got a song I sing for karaoke. It's Barry White. There is, if you go through my Facebook, there is a video of me singing. Yeah. Let's go. I got my man 90 to the motherfucking building. We're gonna work together. I'm gonna by those, that's all business. Salute to the old man, to the boom, 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 boomer. All right. So we go ahead with the man that yak and jack. If a man say that maybe he isn't aggressive, see, he still doesn't understand. A real man uses wise words, and we don't just go from books. We learn from our own personal experiences, and we stick to those too. We use the books for backup. Books for backup because books are written by man you don't even motherfucking know. Books are written by a man just like you. Books are written by a man that you don't even know what he been through. So yes, read Joe stinking ass books, which I read books too, and I get a guide. But I'm the one that has to go through the life. I can't go through a book, fit through them pages and be like, oh, this is what you did? No, motherfucker. I got experience live. So shout out to the Seaman Demon Stanley. Salute to the Yeti. Thank you very much. By strong, you mean a woman who cooks one dinner, eat what? Cooks one dinner, eat it or not? Well, if my woman cooks me dinner, I am going to eat that and eat her. Yum, yum, Skittle snacks out this bitch. Not a man, certain man. And listen, also, y'all guys got to watch out. You got to, trust me, you got to watch out. Men who talk like this, that's a feminine way to talk. Because if you're a man out here, you would know that we are logical creatures and we don't talk about everybody. And as a man, you should understand, we should not have to say, well, some men and some this and majority of that. Well, you do use the majority. But when we talk, we're not talking about all men because well, we're men. Fuck, let's stop thinking with these feminine minds and saying this dumbass shit. You dig? You dig, still? You know I love you, brother. But you be saying some dumb feminine shit. All right. See, most youngsters complain about boomers are weak. I don't complain. I don't give two shits. You say proper shit to me, I'll say proper shit to you. Or you'll hear the boom. Boom, 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 because it don't matter. The thing about it, Stanley, most motherfuckers don't give a shit about what y'all do, just like y'all don't give a shit about what we do. But I'm here for the conversation. I can't find my boom button. But I'll find this for Stanley. What? I might have. Let's have it a beginning. No, that's not Whitney Pooh. I don't even know Whitney Pooh. It's been so long. Let's see. Drop the link. Yes, I will drop the link. Let's talk. Hey, listen, we gonna have a boomer in this motherfucker. And I watch me predict. I'm predict this. Anybody who watching, I'm predict. Stanley gonna try to talk over me on my own shit the whole time. Listen, son. Listen, mother, bitch, son, all that shit. We're gonna hear all this shit. I'm here for the entertainment. Stanley, and anyone else that wants to come up on this motherfucking morning motherfucking man show, hit the link. Hey, I'd rather not go through all the chat shit too. So come up and speak. Come up and speak like Stanley. I'm gonna give him time to talk about his way of thinking, which hasn't advanced yet. I just want y'all to know that. But he's very smart, intelligent book reader. And I respect Stanley. That's my dude. We talk shit about each other all the time. And you know what? I'm gonna say correct for you because you know what? As a logical man, what I've learned is to when women want to be right, you say correct. You're right. That's how you stay out of the argument that makes no sense. You say, yes, woman, you're right.
You may enter.
I'm Stanley, bitch, of first. The trolling and take a niche. When I step up in the room, you know, boomers gonna boom. Every debate I'm gonna win, cause you winning for fuck it old lines. And y'all don't know shit. I'm Stanley, bitch.
Stanley, what's going on, bro? Hey, Stanley.
Let me start this off right quick by saying,
you're so important to me that you have your own entrance.
No, I appreciate that. I like the one with the rifle though.
I knew you like that. That's my joint. What's going on, Stanley?
Well, nothing much. I just between Nightish and you, boy, I was reading a book, listening to Nightish's show, and stopped reading the book. It was just this Canadian bacon head who came up there, and I was like, dude, this dude, I gave up thinking that white people were smart after listening to this dude.
I don't know why you thought that in the first place, but
well, no, it's a joke.
Yeah, I
know. The other thing I have to say is, this OU sound feminine stuff that doesn't work for me on me, because I'm like I've spent 60 years being a man, so some YN telling me I sound feminine, whatever. You don't get where I'm at in life and not be a man. Life is tough. Life is tough.
Correct.
And the only thing I have to say, and then I'll let you talk, because this one specific thing, and I thought it listening to Nightish talk about. Well, he didn't really bring up boomers, but a lot of the complaint is that boomers are holding on to their money and boomers are living too long and all this. It literally sounds like some welfare mother. It literally does. All you're asking for is why can't I have a wealth transfer? And my opinion is, you know what? Um, y'all need to go out and work hard and get yours. It'll come to you because the people don't live forever. But this whining about, oh, they're keeping all the money, they need them for medical bills. Medical bills are expensive. You know how much a nursing home is?
A lot. That's why, that's why I'm trying to save up now. So when I get old, I want one of them nurses to wipe my ass and take care of me, because I don't want to. Like, once I reach a certain age, I don't want to even touch myself. I want all the nurses to do it.
Let me give you a real, if this happened within the last 2 or 3 years, and I've told the story several times. My father's 82. Okay, do you know how much the kids, and there are 3 of us, how much the kids had to pay? Because my mother had Alzheimer's, and towards the end, she needed 24-hour care. Now, the thing is she was lucky enough to die in her own bed, next to my father. But she had this condition for years. You know how much the kids had to contribute? Zero.
Had to nothing.
No, didn't at all. Zero. Because my father he literally, way before, like back when I was a kid, you gotta plan, you gotta save up, you gotta financial plan. Literally zero. And better than that, he didn't have to mortgage a house or anything like that. He'd been planning for years. Now, they also had good jobs and good retirements and stuff like that. But that's what I'm talking about. Nobody asked my father for anything because we knew in the end, hey, he had it covered. That's the boomer I know.
Right. See, me personally, I don't blame anyone, boomers or nobody. It doesn't really matter, because I'm a guy who goes out there and gets it. So
exactly,
it's funny how people, like you said, it does sound like, and maybe people might be mad at me. I don't give a fuck, but it does sound like a female saying, "Why you give my food stamps?" You know what I'm saying? Everywhere as a man, you should know already. You got, no matter what, you got to get out the mud. Life is gonna be tough. That's what the fuck it is. You can't change it. So the only way you can change is going out there and get what the fuck you're supposed to get, instead of complaining and hoping somebody else can do it for you. You know what I mean?
Not only that, but even in 2026, I don't care what anybody says. You are a black man in America. I don't care if you're me or you're Barack Obama. Okay, all the shit Barack Obama had to take when he was president, I could have never done it. You are a black man in America, so it is going to be tough, and you need to be prepared as a child. And unfortunately, not all parents are equal, and some people grow up disadvantaged. I understand all that. But if you think life is going to be easy in these United States, then boomers ain't going to save you.
Not at all. Not at all. My grandfather was a structured boomer, right? Which taught my mother structure. You know what I mean? And she still had her feminine ways, but she was also structured. So she raised me, and I appreciate everything that was given to me, as far as not even money. I don't care about that, because I could go out there and get it. I'm talking about the knowledge. I'm talking about the structure, because if I didn't have any of that, I wouldn't be able to go out and get it. So those who sit up there and like complain about, oh, you didn't give me no money, or the boomers did this, everybody's gonna set a stage or a baseline. What the fuck are you gonna do with it? You know what I'm saying? Maybe this person didn't give you this. What you gonna do with what they gave you? They give you life.
But why would you want it given to you?
I'm just saying, what you gonna do with like knowledge?
Not
what do
you. I mean, you plural.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, but like, to be honest with you, if you're asking for it like that, you probably wouldn't even know what to do with it in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Because Because you shouldn't be asking. You should go out there and get the shit. You know what I mean? When y'all had the debate, right? There's so much I wanted to say, but I just wanted to have for people to hear the conversation between y'all too, because it is two different generations. Now, me on the other hand, it would have been more of sitting back and listening because I'm trying to get the knowledge. I'm not trying to talk over somebody who's been through it already too much. And until I have my part of saying, well, this is what I'm going to learn from it. This is what I would have did from it. It would have been more of a structured conversation because I'm not mad at y'all for doing. I wasn't even there when you was doing it. So what the fuck? How am I going to do it? I'm not going to
Well,
underplay anything. So I'll take what you know and grow from there.
I don't think the argument is totally without merit. I mean, but every generation has screwed up to a certain extent. That same guy, and who shall remain nameless, and you know what, I'm not mad at him or his wife. When they come on, I usually go into their chats just fine. You know, I don't really hold these sort of political arguments. You know, I don't hold grudges. You know, never really have. But the thing is you've got to think. And I'm not going to rehash the argument.
Yeah,
he's wrong. He's wrong on the merits. If he's going to talk boomers, Black people have no part in that conversation because they never had the kind of power. If Black people have money, it's because they work real hard to get it. And, you know, they need it. You know, Black people have never had that kind of generational wealth. You know, a couple $1 million, shit, you might have medical bills at the end of your life that suck up that couple $1 million. A couple $1 million is not rich in today's America. That's what these people, unless dude, we have more billionaires in America than ever. There's a reason for that, because being a millionaire, years ago on the Jeffersons, Wheezy told George that, hey, you're not a millionaire. George responds, well, I'm a thousandaire. Well, today's millionaires are George Jefferson thousandaires, especially if you don't have hundreds of millions.
Or a plan for it.
Exactly. You can squander away a couple $1 million in 2026 real easy.
Real quick.
See athletes do it all the time.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's one thing that I always look at too. I'm like, I always sit there like, damn, we should get $1 million. Then I always think, as soon as I say that shit, what would I do with it? And I'm like, I'm glad I don't have it right now. I said, because I'm not ready for it right now. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to have it. I'm just saying, don't think it's, you know, you could live, you know, if I got a couple $1 million when I was in my 20s, I could probably damn near live off of it for a very long time, but you got to grow it. And I don't know. I just don't, I agree with the argument up to an extent, Cellulite's argument, but unfortunately, you've got to racialize it, because if you don't racialize the boomer argument, and I don't think it's a very good argument, it only goes so far, but you almost have to racialize it because it doesn't make sense if you apply it across the demographics. And I can't seem to get people to understand that there's a lot of nuance to the argument that people are missing. And one last thing, books are people's experiences.
Yes,
you know, so, you know, you should use books. I mean, if you have to use it as a backup, that seems like a good plan, but read them.
Oh, no. That's a definite. It's just most of my life, I've experienced something that I didn't understand. So I'll go back and research it, or, you know, spend time thinking about it. Like, and I find it in a book, and then I see how other people been through it, or even talking to you. You know what I'm saying? I have this, I don't argue like that with people unless they try to argue with me. What I try to do is, I've had this experience. I want to know about your experience. I'll read, you guide me to a book. I'll read about it, get more knowledge on it. And that's how I work. But when people are just like, you're supposed to just do it. No, I don't use the word supposed to. I don't like the have tos. I don't like this, what you should have did. I like to have the conversation of this is what we're going to do. You know what I mean? That type of talk. But yeah, I use books just to get a better understanding. But even reading a book first, I want to go through that shit to understand it better. I like life experiences. You know what I mean? Even
Well,
if I have to
it
hang
kind
myself
of
on a rope.
depends, though.
Huh?
I mean, it kind of depends, though. I mean, if you want to be, say, a physicist or a chemist, uh, a lot of that stuff isn't exactly what you see. You know, sometimes like a textbook to learn a trade or learn a science or something like that,
Right.
you kind of gotta have to have them. You won't, you you're not gonna win a Nobel Prize by not reading books.
True. No, no, no. I'm not saying books are very important, but I'm saying like what I was saying about like how you usually talk. You're like, y'all need to read a book, read a book, read a book. But also with reading a book, you have to try to go out and experience the same shit because there's a difference from just reading and experiencing. Like you said, a chemist or a scientist. We were doing that shit when we were kids. We were mixing glue with colors and shit like that. We were trying to put water inside it. Again,
Okay, but that's not chemistry.
that is a part of what we should know through a book, so we wouldn't do that shit again, right? You don't want to put water in a gas tank. You won't know until you experience that shit, and then what you learn, the that they don't mix and what they do, you learn that through a book. You know what I mean?
Well, let me reframe it.
Yeah, do that for me. Thank you.
Learning what we do with our little chemistry sets, because I had a chemistry set.
Me too.
Um, that is learning about science, but learning, just mixing up stuff isn't particularly science. Science implies a system. You learn things in an organized fashion because what you know in chemistry 101, your building block of chemistry 102, etc. And when I never say books are a substitute for experience. I would never say that. But sometimes when people just blurt out, something about history or just some political point, why do I'm basically saying, why are you talking ignorantly? Okay, you obviously don't know what you're talking about. Why don't you go read a book and learn about what you're talking about? That's what I mean when I say read a book. Dude, you sound crazy. Maybe reading about it or researching it, you won't sound so crazy.
I definitely get it. I get it. I get it. But I know there's people out there who when you speak, Stanley, right? I get it. But when you speak to certain people that can't control themselves, it comes off like you're trying to get at them instead of, you know what? I understand, which you don't have to do. I know that because you're old and set in your ways. It's great. But and I'm the same kind of way. I'm the same kind of way, but I like to give some way of, converse with someone. But the way it comes across is like you're belittling them and put them down, but that's their fault. That's their fault. I'm just saying.
Well, could it be that I actually mean to belittle them or put them down?
Oh no, trust me.
If you're 19 or 20, I'm gonna have a whole lot of patience with you. I got a 19-year-old son across the hall, but I'm not gonna be gentle with some 45-year-old dummy. I'm
I dig
simply
it.
not. And
I
if
dig
it comes off as me being condescending, that's because I am.
I know that, and that's the thing. Like I know that because I'm sarcastic. I'm an asshole, and I like to play head games with people. Also, you know what I mean. So I knew exactly what you were doing. I'm like, oh, Stanley's my type of people. Okay, but a lot of people are not going to understand you because they'll take it the wrong way, and they're not strong enough mentally. They're not.
That's why they don't subscribe to my shows.
That's their fault. If they can't handle it, fine. You know what I'm saying? And my boy Steve, like he's like me. You know what I'm saying? He's a little bit like me, but I tried to tell him, I was like, you gotta watch out when it comes to Stanley. And he got kind of triggered the first time, but you see how quick he jumped back. No. Stanley's like this. You know what I mean? That last show he was on. He understood.
Yeah, he's kind.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah. And you know what? I would be less likely. Look, everybody has to meet everybody the first time. Sometimes you just come to an understanding. And I know plenty of people where I just roll my eyes and go, well, that's so and so.
Yeah.
You can either deal with it or you can't.
I see you on your show. I don't know. I don't. It sounds like a character, which is cool because it's YouTube. JB or JP or something like that. That's something y'all go at it, and he just come on, man, like man, some shit like.
Well, JB, I don't know whether I think he's just a YouTube character,
I think so too.
but you know what? He has used the N word one too many times on my panel.
He's a
I
black
don't
guy.
like black.
He's a, I can tell he's a black guy.
He says he's not, so I don't.
He's got to
Oh,
be because I listened to voices also,
mhm.
and he kind of slipped up and lost his accent a little bit, a fake accent, and I'm like, that's a black guy speak. That's a black guy. So it could be a light skinned dude. There's a difference, but
Well,
but
let me put it to you this way: if you are a black guy saying you're a white guy using the N word, you don't belong on my panel.
that is true. But
Because I don't like black people saying it. So a black guy pretending to be white saying the N word? No, no, no.
nigga, I'm trying my hardest not to. Well, I've been doing good. I try my hardest not to say that word anymore because it's kind of, I'm too old, getting ignorant. I'm not trying to be called a YN from Stanley. I'm just playing. But yeah, I'm trying to, better my vocabulary and the way I speak, and shit like that. There's so many just as progress as an adult. But yeah, that word has to go. And it doesn't even bother me though. You know what I mean? The word doesn't bother me.
I mean, I grew up black. I mean, I used to play out on the basketball court,
Yeah.
It's not like I haven't heard the word before in plenty of times and laughed and used it myself. I'm just, there are a lot of things when you turn 60 or as you get, 55 to 60. I've raised a son, mostly by myself. I just have a way different perspective and a lot of things at 45 that you think are definite, like it is this way. Dude, in 10 years, you will either gain more insight and think differently, or you'll understand the subtleties. And the N word is not doing anybody any good. What would your life change if you stopped using it? Probably not.
It would. I would people, yeah, because when you have conversations with people who don't respect that word, or people who are in higher areas, or people who are up here, having a conversation with them and using that word will probably put you right back where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a better way of conversing with people and use languages that,
And the thing is these words become habits. I tell you a true story. Dude, coming out of the Navy, where me using the F word, it was adjective, noun, every type of word, conjunction.
Yeah.
Dude, it took me, it was a habit. And when I got out of the Navy, I had to work on losing that habit. These words become tics.
They do.
And you will use that word if it becomes a habit at the worst possible time.
Right. And then it could be.
Yes, I do pick and choose what to shame. Absolutely. I'm like any other human being there, Nighters. I pick and choose. Sometimes I criticize it, sometimes I don't.
Yeah, I just know that I like to be well spoken. I know not most of the time, but sometimes I slip up and say things that I sound ignorant. I don't take it back. It's just who I am, what I am. But I hear myself, and I try to critique every day, because the more you do, the more you see yourself, the more you try to change yourself, the more your body is going to listen to that, and it'll help you out, doing so. Your brain, your body, your brain is
really. I mean, improvement isn't necessarily change.
It is change. It absolutely is change. Yes, it is. Improving is actually a change that's well needed through a lot of people, amongst a lot of people, actually.
Well, it can be, but it doesn't have to be.
It does, no. It definitely doesn't have to be. But if you want better for yourself, or you want to see yourself in a better light, then I would suggest you try to upgrade yourself constantly. Like this is just like building content. If you stay at a certain level, that's where you're gonna be. If you don't
Right.
adapt, advance, and try to critique and better your content, what's the point in even being over here for? Or not being over here, but being in the content creating stage, or you know what I mean, YouTube. You might as well just go talk to yourself. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
I think you have to adapt with the times at all times. Like Stanley.
Well,
like sometimes you
go
have to
ahead.
adapt with the times, Stanley.
Sometimes what?
Nothing. I ain't say nothing, Stanley.
I was about to say I agree with you to a certain extent.
Okay.
Because somebody you probably don't know her, Brooklyn Watson. I've known her, YouTube wise for probably a couple of years now.
She's on YouTube.
And she, excuse me, she wrote out sent me an email with a very well thought out, like, here's some things you might want to think about changing.
I think you brought her up before.
Yeah. And she, you know what, that she took the time to do it. Like, it was such good constructive criticism.
Right.
I don't care if she ever sends a Cash App again. What she sent me was basically a Cash App. But, there are things on there that I'm not going to do because it wouldn't be me.
Right.
But there are things that are good. Excuse me, let me sip some water here.
Yeah. See, when you're old, Stanley, your mouth gets drier quicker.
Yeah, it's a medication.
A lot of dust around you.
You're probably right.
Yeah. That's what you need right there, Stanley. You need some wine.
Not too early.
Really? Yeah. Listen.
You gotta be. I mean, I've done. It's not like I haven't done it, but you know what? There's some things you can't do at 60. I could do it, but you know what? I need to eat breakfast first.
Oh, do you always eat breakfast? Because I was gonna
No,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because with my morning show, I was also gonna have some type of like eating specials or no eating, fasting, and all that good stuff. Talk about how to better your health, things like that. Not only talk about a chick that eats tables, but some positive things too. But this could turn into a positive too. How there are people out there who don't understand what they actually look like, or actually what they don't care about the person looking from the outside in. All they see is the inside out. You know what I mean? They see themselves as this, but they don't understand that a lot of people see you as this. You know what I mean? It's totally different from
what Leslie Jones knows what she looks like, though?
I think she's delusional.
You think what?
I think she's delusional. And I think that
really?
I think she because look, Stanley, did you see the video?
I saw a little bit of it.
Grizzly.
But here's the deal. She's made a whole comedy career out of, being the tall, mannish girl,
And she's still single.
I mean, it's a joke when she says, what'd she say? I'll cook you breakfast and beat you up or something.
Yeah.
I mean, she's 6 feet and she looks like she could beat you up. She's made a career out of that.
I know that's her career, but how many men want your career? Nobody wants your career. We want a woman to be a woman and be with you.
A lot of female comedians are not married.
I know.
I imagine they're a handful.
I know.
Well, that's right. You live in New York City.
As a comedian, you don't know when to shut it off. You know what I mean? And I think as a female, I could dig it on stage, but when you bring it home all the time, like you be in bed, like, I know how to beat your ass, trying to get some sex. Get the fuck out. Come on. You know what? Stop, Leslie.
I don't think she would actually.
I do. I think she will tussle. Really? She'll throw you against the wall and try to. Yes. Look at did you not see the video?
Well, why would you be scared? You're taller than she is. You're bigger than she is.
Hey, I don't want somebody to look like me. I don't want to be sexy with somebody that looks like me. Come on, man. I might as well just masturbate. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? I don't
I
want
think she's actually my age, if I recall. She's beyond child rearing years. So, I maybe all she seeks is companionship now. She's not gonna have a conventional life.
she's not gonna have a man.
Well,
What she's better off
let me
doing.
look her up right quick.
Yeah,
I want to say she's 60.
yeah. Look that. But you know what? You know what's her best bet is to do. If she says she's like aggressive, she's the man
Make a
type.
lot of money.
Make a lot of money, yeah, and find a female. There's
She's
females out
58.
there that
She's
will be
58.
attracted to her. You know what I'm saying? She's 50.
58.
Oh, she's almost up there standing with you. She
Yeah, I
about
know.
she about to have some gray hairs on her chin.
When she guest stars on my show, I don't want I don't want any people being jealous talking about boomers.
I don't think we'll be jealous. I think it'll be very entertaining to see her growling on your platform.
You know what? Like I'm pretty serious when I say if you say your woman is too aggressive, maybe you're not aggressive enough.
No, 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 not at all, Stanley. This is
I've
lesbian.
seen
Wait, here's the thing. All right. Okay. Let me because it just everything
just
processes.
Google her right quick.
Hold on.
I mean, there's some photos that I'm looking at.
Oh, don't do that, Stanley.
No, just do it.
All right. Let me look.
She is tall and she will wear heels, apparently.
Are you trying to say that there are some photos that she looks good in?
That's why I'm gonna let you judge. That's why I asked you to Google it. Don't take my word for it.
Oh, I'm not. I can't because come on, bro. All right. What do you think about Grace Jones then?
I know when I was a kid, because she's probably damn near 80 now. Um, um, she would always be a little bit of a challenge to your masculinity.
Mhm.
But I mean, she was a model. She was like back in the day when that androgynous look was
Mhm.
kind of popular. I guess that was late 80s, maybe. I'm sorry, not late 80s, late 70s into the 80s.
I see one picture. I'm going through 'em. I see one picture where it looks like it was back in the day where her body type was on point.
Mhm.
But then I can start from the legs up. As soon as you get past the Adam's apple, it's like it's like
Well, I'm looking at a picture of her at some event. She's in a short white dress and high heels. She doesn't look bad in that photo. I don't know if you see it. I used Google to search.
I use Google too, but I don't see the white dress. I see the red, the black, the pink.
No, I don't know how old this photo is, but her legs are toned.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. From the legs
I
up.
would not be disappointed if those legs showed up. Now,
She would have to be a baghead.
she is very challenged, but you know what? She cleans up well, and at 58,
I would
she'll
say,
find someone.
like I
I'm
said,
sure she's had boyfriends.
I'm sure she
Probably
had.
most of them white.
I'm sure she had victims. I'm sure she had victims. But you could tell that she probably did have sex partners, but not anything that was long term. And she was probably the cause of it.
And
And what? I'm not.
okay, well, that's her problem, not mine.
Right. It's not mine either.
I'm glad.
But it is something to talk about. It's funny.
Well, see, and
You just
actually,
these
I
off the
need
table
your
because
help.
of it. Huh?
I need your help.
With what?
Well, I was listening. You know who Here for the Tea is, right?
I've heard it.
Yeah. Well, she did a show last night that I didn't. I listened to a few minutes of it and then went back to what I was doing.
Mhm.
I honestly do not understand why people are so into celebrities. Like when these celebrities mess up, like you said, it's something to talk about, I guess, but it's something about some woman, like some preacher's wife wore a dress
Oh,
that was inappropriate, or I'm
well,
like,
there's a lot.
these people don't live day-to-day lives.
Right.
Why do you even talk about it?
You want to know why? Or why I think? Because it's all this stuff is opinion based anyway. Because everybody's going to do what they want to do regardless. But what it is a lot of people are feeling some type of way about their lives, and and they would love to see somebody that's probably in a higher light than them fail,
Mhm.
and it makes them feel good. There's some people out there like that, but there's also people who know good content and good and ways to talk about it that get people's minds on things to talk about things that they really wanted to talk about. Like when it comes to like Christians and how, and I'm gonna say it because I really don't care how false their faith, how they show their faith. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of Christians will be like, "Oh, I'm this and that," but then go against that word and do this and that, and then try to justify the shit. When if this is how you're gonna be, this is how it should be. This is the words exactly how they are in the Bible. Don't try to change them up for your narrative. This is what it is. And they said none of this should exist if you want to be a Christian. But they would have been like, well, I'm gonna be this type of Christian. No, you're gonna be a person that identifies as a Christian, but you're not following the rules of the game. So don't really judge other people. And people only do it when they go to judging other people. When you go to judge other people, that's when I can attack your faith now. You know what I'm saying? Because like, look at you, look at what you're doing, and you're gonna try to tell me, come on, I don't even believe what you believe in. You're trying to tell me what to do, and you're not following the rules of the game that you're playing. Nah, I'm all set. So it's a good way to bring up decent arguments and have a discussion about it. And that's what they were. I know I went to the Sharon show, and that's what they're doing. That was finally a good show to listen to. You know what I'm saying? Because they had a
Yeah,
topic
I'm
that
gonna
made
be honest. I think all that stuff is really,
rich.
it's just weird to me that people that are 40 and 50 even have an interest in it. But I mean, it's me, and it's my personal problem. I know, and of course I'm being judgmental, but
We all do.
I just don't. I just don't. I just don't. I could see
But you know, what'd be
sport.
good content for you, Stanley, is for you
What's
to
that?
your opinion on that. Like,
No,
yeah, you were like, listen, I don't see why
I have people
adults
leaving my show.
they still leave your show sometimes. They leave my show all the time. So I don't care if they leave. I just know that I'm gonna continue to talk and say my thing. And one day, a certain group of people that like my content will join in and they will accumulate from there. I'm not really because I see a lot of people, content creators, and begging for this shit. You know what I'm saying? I know that it'll
Mhm.
hit when it hits, and outside of that, I'm gonna keep doing what the fuck I feel like doing. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit there. Hurry up, please. You better hit my cash app. Everything has to be called paid for. You know what I mean? They need that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Well,
not me.
I
But
mean,
I love to talk
it's
about
not.
shit that makes
I
sense.
don't have a problem with people going, "Hey, look, this show can be expensive. Hey, if you like the show, donate." That's in that vein. That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I do. But it's not like I'm gonna drop you for my like I try it. You know what I mean? Like it's funny, but it is what it is. I rather us to have the argument on panel, and then people be adults and know when to shut up and when not to shut up and let it happen, or know when to argue, when to joke. You know what I mean? We all know it's a fucking show. But let's have a show that people can watch. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel. I don't mind the argument. I don't mind the shit talking. I love that shit. I'm about that life. But I want them to hear it. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, like talking and be like, damn, that was a good joke, but nobody heard that shit. You know what I mean? But that's the entertainment I like. I like good entertainment, but I want to be entertained, and I want to see and hear everything. And that's why a lot of people, or that's why I would talk about those type of things, because it's controversial. Like,
Right.
and to really, because Stanley, you see how many delusional fucking people are out there where the evidence is
I'm
in their
almost to a
face.
point.
You know it
I'm
because you
almost to
call
a
it out all
point.
the time.
Yeah.
And it's like
I'm
you
almost to a point to where I'm thinking about there's a higher percentage, and social media can kind of concentrate people of like mind into one place.
Mhm.
Because I'm gonna be honest, half the stuff that I hear on YouTube, like out in the wild, like out in the real world,
Mhm.
I've never met people like this. And I've been quite a number of places in the world and have never met some people like I've met on YouTube just in the past
Right,
year or two.
right. And that's what I was trying to tell
I
you
like that.
earlier, Stanley. I understand, but sometimes like your judgment and the way you say things, it's like, well, you haven't even seen that yet. And then like that's why I said, like, even like if you do like response to how dumb people are out there, like doing the dumbest shit with modern day shit, you know what I'm saying? That's a good way of seeing um what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that there's a different outlook on what people are doing and different ways people think. And it actually will take your content to a different level. And people like the
Well,
you know what I mean? Like just to
I think that's a good idea.
yeah.
I would have to think about how to present it because the one thing I don't like doing is, how people do these body cam videos,
Mhm.
you know, picking on people when they're at their lowest point in life. Uh, that's kind of punching down sometimes.
Is this a
So,
site you want me to see, Stanley? Or is,
yeah, I put it there. It's Leslie Jones wearing a dress that I thought you might appreciate. Yeah, they can. Yeah, putting it in the chat is fine too.
okay. I thought it was something else. My bad. All right, so I'm gonna put that in so y'all can see Leslie Jones in the dress.
Yeah,
Do I really want to see this shit, Stanley?
I don't think she looks bad, especially like
But
if she's 58 looking like that. I
she
don't have a
look like
problem
that.
with it.
She look. Hold on. So that, all right, but this is what I'm saying. From the toes, even the toes, even the size 14 foot. From the from the
She
toes.
can't help that though.
Yeah, I know, but that's something I can look at. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand that she can't help how big her toes are, how tall she is, but you have to understand, you being that, there's gonna be people who judge. There's gonna be people who don't like that, but it is what it is.
Well, let
Like
me put it to you this way. At least she's rich enough to have size 14 shoes custom made for her. You
custom
don't
made.
have to do it.
True. Listen, I had to listen. I have a big foot, and I had to go through eBay, a certain site, just
Really?
to get my shoe
Mhm,
until they
mhm.
came out with my size. But from the toes up to the right before the Adam's apple, looks
What
brilliant.
Adam's apple?
It's a joke, Stanley. But
Look, all I have to say is now the other thing is the older you get, the more forgiving, at least
yeah,
I've found myself being. Look, I've been through, all kinds of dating in my life. I've been through a wife, unfortunately.
mhm.
You know,
This 14.
I at 60, if we hang out and, have a few laughs, I'm okay with that. I'm not looking to have a kid. I don't care what our kids are going to look like or any of that bullshit. You
Yeah,
know,
but that's what I'm saying. Like there has to like we have to specify like instead of saying that oh that fuck that woman this is why you aren't. I can actually say why she isn't getting
mhm.
a boyfriend, but I could definitely chill with her. I could definitely chill with her, have some laughs. She's funny. She could be like a good female friend, but I don't
Mhm.
see because my attraction is not to her face. And you like unless I have like a half a bottle of vodka to the face. You know what I'm saying? But we could definitely chill. She could be a good person. I'm not saying she's not a good person or great
Yes,
to
but
hang
I
out
mean,
with.
if she's not your taste, she's not your taste.
She's not a lot of people taste, but that's what something to talk about as well.
And you know what? And bless her heart, she
Bless
can't help it.
bless Stanley, bless her heart. And she can help it. Because here's the thing. When and I'm gonna bring this up because a lot of females talk about this as well. And she'll probably say some dumb shit like this too. When females, if you're not up to par in the bedroom, and you know this, and you want females, people enhance another quality to make up for it. So if you're a big grizzly woman, knowing you got a decent body but a fucked up face, you probably would start acting a little more feminine so you could get your way. Should.
Or become a comedian and get rich.
And do nothing with it besides just be
Hey,
rich.
hey, what? Honestly, what would you? I don't get your argument. To be honest,
the argument is she's
something with it.
On Kelly Clarkson's
she did
show.
Something with it.
She did something. Yeah, she did.
She basically did what an ugly man would do.
But here's the thing: ugly man can get a woman. She's complaining that she can't get a man. That's the only reason why it's
Was she really complaining, or was it a comedy?
She's been doing it for years. She's been doing it for years.
Oh, well, see, I don't follow her that close.
That's what I'm saying. See, Stanley, you can't have an argument about something without having the knowledge of why we're having this argument. And that's what I was just telling you.
Then you had just fooled me.
Well, I am, but I'm saying to step it up a little bit is to, when somebody is, try to see why they're even saying this. Like us as old white.
I'm schooled. I didn't know she had trouble finding a man. I don't pay attention.
And you see how I kept my level head of speaking to you? Like, this is why, and I understand why you curse these motherfuckers out, is because the way they speak. Because
no. They speak on things that I actually know about. When you start talking sociology, when you start talking politics, I know that shit. Okay. Now I don't know about celebrities.
Right, and that's why I don't talk about politics. I don't know nothing about it. I would love to learn, which it seems annoying to even know, because these politicians are crazy. But this, like the entertainment world, that's me. That's what I know about.
Right, I defer. I defer.
I've been around a lot of entertainment. I've been through strip clubs, DJs. I've done almost everything, bro. So except for the politician bullshit. Everything else, I pretty much know a lot about. History, not too much, but I know mine. That's about it. But yeah, she's been years talking about how she can't find a man, but she's yelling like a grizzly bear on stage, like, arm the table. How do you expect to find any man? Even the ones that will probably, oh yeah, I might date you. She's screaming at him, getting away. You're gonna scare a little skinny guy like that. Arm the table. You're like, fuck all that shit.
Well, but remember, I think could it be that she can't keep a man? Because remember, even Whoopi Goldberg, believe this or not, was married to Ted Danson way back in the day.
And that's Ted Danson.
Now, how that worked, I have no idea.
He was desperate. Like, I heard they got together from the movie that they made together.
I see.
He got a wonderful Nia Long on there. Oof. But yeah,
it wasn't happening.
If you spend enough time with someone, I think they call it the mermaid effect. You spend enough time with someone, they start becoming attractive to you, especially if they have a decent personality. You know what I'm saying? They have a decent personality. They start their features start looking acceptable. You know what I mean? And trust me, I've been there. And it before it used to be half a bottle of vodka. But then it was like, oh, this person, without the vodka, I'm spending time with, they're funny, they're silent, and you know what? Now I'm looking at their ass. I'm like, oh, she has a nice ass. And then the personality gets better. Maybe I might kiss her one day. You know what I mean? Next thing
you might privilege her.
You might privilege her with some of the, anaconda. But but that's how it is. It's the mermaid for you. Spend enough time with someone, then you start seeing them attractive. And her, if she's out there in a public area yelling and screaming and still being masculine, and nobody sees her feminine form besides just a dress, but they know her personality is I'll eat you, they're not gonna fuck with her. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. And that's when you ask, do you think she sees herself as ugly? If you're still hiding what you know you should be doing as being feminine when you know you're a grizzly, that's when you don't know you're ugly.
But do you think she's like that off camera though?
She's on the show talking about she can't find a man. So yes. I think she find a person and be like, oh, Leslie, we know. Like, I know this man out there. Like, I know she's a bitch ugly, but she's got money. You know what I'm saying? She's got money, and she's a comedian. She might have made me laugh, and they're willing to sit down with her. And I guarantee she probably put her hand on their shoulder, it took over half their body. And they were like, damn, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Or she crossed the legs and kicked them in the face. Something stopped. They were
okay.
But as you can see, if you watch the video, would you really mess with her if she came at you like that? Hey, Stanley.
No, but I mean, I've known little dainty looking women who were aggressive like that.
It's cute. It's cute though. They're dainty and little.
No, it's not cute.
At first.
Okay,
But
I don't know. I think there are women who are probably half her size who are just as aggressive.
I believe it. My first baby mama's, she's a little chihuahua. You know what I mean? Little so. But she's got the attitude of a lion.
Yeah.
But it's
in real life. In real life, I had a Chihuahua. My first dog was a Chihuahua with the heart of a German Shepherd. Got his ass kicked in a fight.
I was gonna say that too. I was like, it's like having a Chihuahua. They look cute at first, but then when they keep and biting on your ankles, you're like, you know, this little fucking shit. Let me get rid of it. You know what I mean? I'm not dealing with this shit. That's exactly what happens with the little ones. But they're cute at first. But this is different from Leslie Jones. She's big. Bigger than most men. And her attitude and personality is still manly, aggressive, and no feminine. It don't matter what type of dress you look good in. Her attitude changes all that. It changes. So I agree that she does not think that she's ugly. Or she's like the delusion of, I'm just gonna be who I am and I shouldn't change. People should like me for what I am. Well, yeah, you're right. But nobody's doing it. So don't go around complaining about it if you're not gonna do nothing about it. You know what I mean? We can all go through life. This is who I'm gonna be, and I don't need to change for nobody. But if you're getting no results that you want, what you gonna do then? Go on Kelly Clarkson's show, complain about it, and be in the same position? I don't know, Stanley. You fall asleep, Stanley?
Well, I mean, in all honesty, I'll just defer to you because I honestly don't care enough. You know, I don't, you know, one of the reasons I don't even find what celebrities do that interesting is because, you know, they live different lives. You know, even the ones with kids, you'll hear about, you know, hey, I got 2 nannies and all this stuff. They're just living a different life that's unrelatable to someone like me. And I've never wanted to live like they live. So, you know, it doesn't really hold an interest.
Well, yeah, it doesn't hold the interest in your personal mind and home. But when you're a content creator and you're like, we're on YouTube where there's millions of people that might watch, and it's for entertainment. So it's something to talk about. You're a politician fan. So someone like with me, I'm like, well, I don't really care, which I do say, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Until I find a reason to care about it. You know what I mean? You're not.
Yeah, well, like today's show is going to be pretty much about politics in the Black community. Because I'm not particularly interested in, you know, whether a dress is appropriate for a preacher's wife or not. You know,
but that's politics. That's Black politics right there.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. You're leaving a piece out, which could be actually, I wouldn't say it better because you got good conversations.
Oh, you mean the first lady of a church part?
Yes. That's what they were talking about, that's why I thought it was a good show because it made a lot of sense. It's like you can't, like even in life, like you tell people, you can't sit up there and think you have the knowledge of something, and when you don't, when Stanley has it, that's why he looks at you like this. So that's the same way. They look at
no, that's not exactly right.
Let me finish. So they're looking at her like this. You're the wife of a preacher, which has a following of 1 million people who are looking at that man for guidance. If you're there as a leader to be a guider, but your wife is a hoe, or not. I wouldn't say she is because I don't know, but she's acting like one, dressing like one, on your arms as a Christian person, wearing a half a see-through dress or making it look like she's wearing a see-through dress. That's something that's like, so why are you in the church? Why are you this leader? Would you question leaders? Would you question leaders if they weren't following the law of leadership?
Well, I don't know that that's Christian leadership is not political leadership. I'll just put it that
But it's
way.
black politics.
The rules in my no, I it's not the black politics I'm going to talk about.
I know.
I mean, it's more church politics.
But but that's black politics because black people think differently with their politics. They don't, the politics that you talk about, which they should be paying attention to, they don't. They pay attention to church politics, fashion politics, all that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. No. Two things. I don't look at people just because I know something and they don't. I'm thinking they should know it.
Right.
They should know it. Why are you talking about it if you don't know it? That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And I mean, like I said with the Leslie Jones, I was doing the same thing based on just that clip you showed. And you schooled me and I backed down. I'm like, well, you know what? He's right. But the black politics I'm going to talk about is more like I saw a show the other day on black Marxists. That it's a higher level, more political philosophy type thing. Because the black community is very diverse as any other community,
Right.
as far as what, like the Marxists and then their liberals and then their, black conservatives. That's the politics I'm talking about. Not so much, either church or celebrity, because church politics, I grew up in a black Catholic church. And it was somewhat different than, some of the Protestant churches. There was no first lady because priests don't get married, for instance.
Oh, wow. See, that's something. See, that is also something that could be of something that other people will join into. You know what I mean? And talk to get more viewers, but with the topic that you could kind of blend worlds with. You know what I mean? Because what are we here for? Are we here for the same motherfuckers, or are we here to get the views and get the, you know what I'm saying? So
well, I'm kind of here for the same. I'm kind of here for the same motherfuckers.
Well, me too.
But I mean, my show is almost niche in its interest.
Yeah.
Like I'd say the other day, my show is growing very slowly, but the people who join stay joined by and large because they're kind of interested in what I'm interested in. Now, I probably need to broaden, but to be honest, in my personal life, I have a lot of things I'm interested in, fishing, for instance. I'm trying to learn how to make sourdough bread. And so far failing. One day I am going to branch out into cooking, though.
That's good content, though. You going through
the cooking part's going to be fun.
You go through the trials and tribulations and you try to figure out how to make sourdough. That's good.
But I will.
Like you went to it, like you said, like I was about to say, you said you went to a Catholic church. You can see
the same parish Clarence Thomas grew up in.
Right. You can see the difference.
I've talked about it.
Yeah, the Christian church with the Catholic church. There is no first lady. I didn't even know that till you said that. There is no first lady. They don't even get married. And what I see is these
priests
get married.
Don't get married.
Right,
they take a vow of chastity.
Ooh. You know what? To be honest with you, I like now that I'm at this age and I know what it is, I could probably do that for about a good year.
Well, you better be you better be AME or something.
Listen, I can't do that shit for a year. But yeah,
I would think in some of the black churches, if you weren't married, it would be a disqualifier.
Yes, and that's what it is. But it's a better look for leadership than who you marry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And if you're in what they say in the Christian church, a woman shouldn't be the pastor, but they're doing that. They're letting women be pastors and this and that. It contradicts the book. You know what I'm saying? So it's that, and that's why these conversations happen so much, because they see so much contradiction, and people trying to force their personal ways on against the word, and trying to make it normalize your fuckery for what the word actually says. One thing that stuck out on the
Well,
show.
yeah, but not everybody takes the word as law. Um, Catholics,
You shouldn't
by and
practice.
large, for instance, they don't take the Bible literally like fundamentalists do. Not every religion is that fundamentalist.
I know, but then you shouldn't. I would say then you shouldn't try to make yourself look like you're um, higher or better than another person if you can't follow a certain type of rule. Like if you were 100 with the rules of the Christian church, I could see you um, kind of criticizing those who aren't. But if you're the same type, if you're the same way they are, you have no say in anything. You know what I'm saying? You have no say, especially when
Yeah.
you're following something that's law.
Well, the thing is, though, these evangelistic type religions are very judgmental.
Mm-hmm.
Christians are actually supposed to proselytize. Islam is a proselytizing religion. They, actively go out trying to convert people either by force or, by choice.
Right.
These religions are extremely judgmental. I mean, that's what they do.
Right.
So, of course, there's going to be controversy.
Yeah, and it is what it is. It's a human nature, but it's also you have to understand that you will be judged, you will be talked about. So you can't sit there and say no, you shouldn't.
Oh,
say
absolutely.
no. They're going to be talked about. If you're going to live that way and leave room for judgment or a controversial conversation, then you have to accept it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So this is why people have those conversations, and for people to be like, "Oh, you shouldn't talk about it." So no, this is content creating, and that's good content right there. I sometimes I can't stand going over there to Sharon show because it's all the female ratchet shit. You know what I'm saying? And for a man to just be speaking like a female for the females instead of trying to put it in a balanced area for everybody to understand the difference.
Well, but it's profitable.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't have to go over there, but I did go over there to see if he was.
Well, no, I mean for him.
For him, yeah, of course. They're following the same thing that mostly all the other content creators are doing. They're doing the same subjects, same reaction to shit, same talking points. You know what I mean? And that's where the money is. Because if you're talking about men versus women or some type of fashion or anything that has to do with females, you're gonna get a large crowd. Because women want to be heard, they want to hear what a man's got to say. They want to put a man down, this and that. That's all the same shit, and that's why Shiesty and Sugarbone, which I appreciate them in the chat, because they're the trolls. We have to have trolls, but that's why they spend more time doing what they do at those places, because it's better for them to be there for that type of ratchet shit. If I was talking about some progression, like I'm about to do a Black excellence show, I guarantee if they chime in, they'll have something negative to say about a Black person. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what
I
they.
read Shiesty Bum. I read Shiesty Bum different. I think she's just there to joke.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. But you'll see her spend more time, or he. We don't know. They'll never show their face, but they'll spend more time at those type of shows because they're interested in that. You know what I'm saying? They're interested in all the drama and the back and forth,
okay,
and that shit like that. You know what I mean? That's
Otherwise, they wouldn't be there.
Yeah, that's the profit that they're looking for. And me, like, I like to even if it's a drama type conversation, I like a balanced drama entertainment. Not where you're sitting there just allowing men to be fucking belittled because that's what women do and what men do to women. It's the same thing, and just watching it happen without coming to an understanding that this is why they do this, and for a woman to not hold herself accountable is a nasty look right there. You know what I'm saying? When
Well,
men
yeah,
do it,
but I mean, the same men aren't holding themselves accountable.
but here's the thing: we are held accountable no matter what in the first place. But we know that
I
there's a
don't think that's true.
high majority. It is true. There's a high majority. There's a high majority of women knowing they don't hold themselves accountable. If you could fight back with everything, then and where you have no flaws, you can't even say you have a flaw. That's not holding yourself accountable.
Okay,
And
when I say accountable, I mean by society, by their peers. No one's holding these baby daddies accountable.
here's the thing: you got to hold yourself accountable. We in real life, that's what's the annoying part. Where you
Well,
can't
that
even
is true.
in real life your own speech. When you contradict yourself in your own speech, right then and there in 4D, that happens in a majority of the time. And that's why most men are saying you don't even hold yourself accountable. We'll sit up there and be
Okay,
like this.
let
We'll
me
sit there,
let me.
hold on,
Yeah,
hold on,
this is this is
hold
interesting.
on. We'll sit there and say, yeah, there's dudes out there who deadbeat dads, and guys are like, yeah, because they know they're not. They are deadbeat dads. There's men ain't doing shit out there for nobody. But you say that about a female, they'll be like, no, she's good. No, she's good. With a female to a female, no, she's pretty. No, she doesn't do this. No, but females. And as soon as you say something that they do, they're like, well, men do it too. They can't stick to themselves, hold themselves accountable
Yeah,
first.
your experience is totally different than mine,
And
or your understanding is totally different.
it is. It is. We're
Because
totally
when I hear even someone like a Sharon who will admit he's made mistakes in his life,
no, yeah, he does, yeah.
Here's where I am on that. I don't think half the men and most of the men that are talking about this sort of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they are the wrong messengers. Give me someone who has actually lived that life that they're talking about,
Yeah,
and I will
absolutely.
be very interested.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
all these dudes that are up here now, there's the argument, and I think it's a good argument, just not one that I'm comfortable with because it's too easy to pick apart, that hey, the voices of experience are up on the panel telling you about their personal trials and tribulations, and they are qualified to have opinions on these women or these men. I don't buy that argument. I think that don't get up there. Either you need to do a better job about, qualifying your opinion. Hey, I've made the mistake too. This is what I think. And maybe it is common knowledge. People often go, well, Stanley, you know what I mean. Well, I'm one of these people who actually don't know what you mean
I know.
until you say what you mean.
I know.
Because
That's why I say,
unfortunately or fortunately, I literally haven't lived a life.
you haven't lived what?
So I am a little bit judgmental.
You are. You're very judgmental, and I understand it. And my whole thing is to not get you to, but say my piece in it, and hopefully one day you'll understand there's a different perspective of how life is lived sometimes. And this is what I'm saying. You said you haven't seen that from what I've seen. I see it.
Well, no, I didn't say I didn't see it. I said I've not lived it.
You not lived it. Okay, well, I have.
Yeah,
Plenty.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I've lived it. I've lived right. Even with my girl, right in front of the face, contradiction. And you know what? As a man that I am, I see the pros and cons. I weigh it. That's the woman I chose, and I know that she needs my guidance. So what I am going to do is I'll teach her my way. I'm not going to allow that to pass by like that. But to now is not the time to bring up that contradiction. But I can show her through action while speaking how she did, so she could understand. Because a lot of them don't believe no words of a man, or they need to see the action and be told it at the same time, so they understand what's really going on. And I've done it. I've been doing it, and we are actually growing a better relationship doing that. You know what I mean? And now I get my um um my feedback on my leadership skills, and she actually gets to see how much of a leader I am, because she would be like this, damn, you remember that? Yes, I do. Because that was a teaching that you need for your progressing also. And also teaching me how to feel for a person without that anger. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you lying, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I know you're gonna lie because you don't know the truth yet, or you don't see it. So let me show
Well,
you.
if you don't know the truth, is it really a lie?
That's what I'm saying. It's guidance, so you actually know what a lie is and what not. Because a lot of people go around without being checked and not knowing that they're lying, not knowing that they're contradicting themselves, not knowing that they're saying things that, like you said, don't make no goddamn sense. Don't know what they're talking about until they are led into understanding. And that's what I do. And I did that to you
Well,
earlier.
yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't say I was led. I was
You
informed.
were, Stanley. Come on, give me
Yeah.
my.
Okay.
Yes, you said I didn't.
I was informed that I didn't know what I talked about. Was talking about.
You do know, but you don't know. You don't take into consideration other people's perspectives of it to see a different side. You just like, well, I know this. Shut the fuck
Well,
up.
I don't know. I wouldn't quite say it that way. But,
well, I know you would say it that way, but I'm saying it that way because that's the way I say it.
Right. But the thing is, and again, this is just me, and I know it's probably a little bit of a boutique opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't think once you're like 35 and older, you can't be helped. Okay. It is not my job to lead a 35-year-old man. It's not my job. I got to.
That's why you think they can't be helped, because there's a lot of people who
think
like
they can help themselves.
True, but how do they know how
I can't help?
Never been helped before.
Mm-hmm.
How are they able? Like you said, how would they know it's a lie if it wasn't shown it's a lie? How would they know to help themselves if they've never been helped?
YouTube wouldn't be where I go for help.
Here's the thing. You wouldn't go there, but there's
you got a preacher, you got counselors, you got all kinds of professionals.
How many people do you know that could read but don't understand reading, but understand when somebody shows them? Do you know people like that? They can't understand.
Okay, well, how are you going to show somebody on YouTube?
By speaking differently than you do.
Oh, that's not showing. Speaking is not showing.
It's showing. Now you see my face. All right. So is anybody telling you through a book, or are you reading the words and
okay? Well, books are more informative than YouTube panels.
Because because you're not accepting.
No. I can say that. I'm not going to even doubt that a book is more informative than a YouTube panel.
But what you're going to do is listen to my response to what you just said. You don't have to repeat yourself. I heard you. What I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is a lot of people learn differently. A lot of people learn differently. So if they have YouTube and don't know how to read, which you do, they can see a different light of it through someone's words, someone's facial expressions, and something entertaining like we do with the content creating. Like people go to YouTube to learn how to fix a car. Can you just read a book and learn how to fix a car?
Yes. Have you ever heard of an
if you go to a book and they say spark plug and you don't know what a fucking spark plug is, you never seen it. Could you fix it without seeing the picture of a spark plug? Can you fix it without?
Let me tell you from personal experience, the answer is yes.
So you do a spark plug without knowing what a spark plug is.
Dude, but what do you think? How do you think mechanics fixed cars before the internet?
Experience.
No, there were tech manuals. Dude, listen to me. I was a Navy engineer. Okay. They have tech manuals. Now they will combine it with the on the job OJT. They will combine it. But dude, they had like out of boot camp, you go to A schools, tech schools. Why do you think there are tech manuals? The military has a tech manual for every system, and you will read that tech manual. As a matter of fact, let me tell you how it is in the Navy. During, say, an engineering inspection, they will simulate broken equipment and how you respond. Say you have a propeller that breaks and your ship is dead in the water. Well, the inspectors, when they simulate that 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 drill, when they simulate the problem, they expect you to have the tech manual in your hand while you're fixing it. That's
Right.
how important the manuals are. They've
Again,
got the schematics, they've got troubleshooting tips. So yes, book before the internet, there were books.
right. And did the books have pictures in it?
Yes,
Just words. Okay.
and words,
Sight. You need sight
pictures
and
and
words.
words.
Sight and words are very important. And that's what I'm trying to say. People learn differently, but you need a little bit of both to get it. If a person can know how to read, but if they don't have the sight, they would not be able to do it. You can't just be like,
Now,
oh,
let me.
spark plug through words. You would have to know what a spark plug
Sure,
looks like.
you can, because they got pictures. If you can't read Sparkplug.
So obviously you're not listening to what I said. I
Oh,
said
I
you
heard what you
see a
said. I
spark,
disagree
you
with
know
what
a
you said.
spark plug is a spark plug with just words. And then you said,
Yes,
yeah,
you
there were
can.
pictures. Silly.
Okay, Savage, we disagree on this. I hear what you said.
I know.
I
Did you hear what I
disagree
said?
with you.
Just words? You said yes with just words. And then you said
Well, yes, you can know with just words.
you can know what a spark plug
If you
looks like
can read,
with
the
words.
answer is yes, because
With
it
just
says spark plug.
All right. But how do you know what a spark plug is without what it looks like?
Okay, well, see, you're not quite understanding my point.
Mm-hmm.
You can read what a spark plug is. The
Right.
tech manual will tell you what a spark plug does and what it should do.
Right.
Now you could have some senior enlisted person going, hey, this is a spark plug, this is what it does. That's important too. But the way the Navy or the way the military does it is they do both.
Right.
Okay, and comparing that to a YouTube panel, I'm sorry, it just doesn't compare. And one of the reasons that I often mention books is in the context of don't believe what I say. Here's the book to back me up. That's
Right.
why I think this way.
Right.
There may be books to contradict this book, but don't think I'm just coming up with it off the top of my head. I have a reason for thinking it.
Right. And an intelligent person will go back to what the conversation started with and saying that a lot of people ain't like you. A lot of people are different and need to learn certain type of ways. So without you being the man of to go to throughout everybody learning, there's people who learn certain ways. So if they are tuned into YouTube and their mind works that way, there's people on YouTube that can teach you something through the YouTube channel, not just through a book like Stanley, because that's how Stanley's learned to learn. So the world isn't Stanley; it's Stanley versus the world.
Again, you are not quite getting my point.
No, I get your point. You're not getting mine.
A Sharon panel.
You're saying
Sharon panel.
I didn't use Sharon's panel. I'm using YouTube. I said you can. There's different ways. And I didn't even use YouTube. You brought YouTube up. I'm saying there's different ways for people to learn, which is you're not understanding my concept of it. You're just going by what you're used to doing. What I'm saying is this: there's ways people understand things, and it's not just the way you've learned. So yes, YouTube can be useful for, and also life experiences without a book are useful as well. And life experience
Okay, again,
life experiences could lead you to reading a book and having a better understanding from a manual. Thank you for critiquing my shit.
Okay, well, let me put it to you this way. I don't think what a Sharon offers is valuable life experience.
I never said it was.
Now, there are different channels on YouTube. If the channel is dedicated to baking bread or doing something useful like fixing a car, I've gone to YouTube for all kinds of things that I wanted to fix myself.
So
okay, that is not the YouTube I'm talking about. I'm talking about
YouTube. What are you talking about? That's YouTube.
Not all YouTube channels are the same as far as
YouTube. Fucking Stanley. see, Steely, I gotta keep an eye on you sometimes because just because you know how to do this, there's people who are not like me who can see through the fuckery.
Okay, well, I'm not doing
And you,
fuckery, but
you are doing fuckery because what you just did was saying that you're specifying to your thoughts and your thoughts only, and not trying to broaden your horizon, thinking how other people
okay.
think. All you're doing is like, it should be my way or the highway.
Oh,
You
you
know
want
what?
me to consider other
I
people?
don't.
See,
I don't
no,
want
no,
you
no.
to
That's
shit.
you're
I don't
right.
want
You're right.
nothing to be Stanley. But what I am going to say is, if we're here talking, I'm going to have my point, and my point is going to be proven. And my point is that not everybody's Stanley against the world. Everybody learns differently. Everybody speaks differently. Everybody learns and has a perception and perspective differently than you do. And if you want to stay in the bubble of not understanding that or don't give a fuck about it, that's fine with me. But you're here with me, and you gonna learn me, just like I'm learning
Well,
you.
let's
And
put
what I'm
it
not,
to you this
I
way.
won't, and I will not allow you to overpower my perspective with yours when you can be wrong and right at the
Okay, well,
same time.
let me help you out
Same
a bit.
time.
I don't seek to change your mind. That's the
I don't.
last thing.
You're
You
not
don't
going
change
to.
adult males' minds.
You're not going
What
to.
I'm saying is that I prefer, my opinion is that as far as personal relationships, man versus woman relationships, human relationships in general, it's better to seek professional help than go to a YouTube panel. That's just my opinion. I would,
Dude,
if I was having trouble with my girlfriend or my baby mama,
Mhm.
I would not go to YouTube for help. I would go to a professional. That's my
Okay,
preference.
and where's a professional at? In a
Okay,
building? In a building?
dude, there used to be such things as phone books. I
Yeah.
think YouTube is of very limited
I think
value.
you're
That's
still
just my opinion, though.
I think you're stuck in the dinosaur age of thinking.
And you know what?
Because
You
they
can
are
think
guess
that all
where
you want.
they got therapists at? On YouTube. Guess where people can't get to?
Oh
No. Guess
my.
where people can't get to sometimes? Get to a building to talk to a therapist. Guess what they don't have to hire a therapist? Money. So guess what? They can get a basis and idea from a place where people do this shit. And then guess where it's at? YouTube. So stop
Okay,
acting like
let me
you know everything,
counterpoint that.
sir. No, you can counter anything. It's true.
Of course, I can
You can,
counter anything.
you can counter with some bullshit, some old talk. But
No, 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 no.
here's what I'm
I
saying.
got
Here's
life
what I'm saying.
experience.
It's
They
great that
do they
listen,
do
you're like
teleappointments.
Johnny Gill talking around here. It's mine. The world is not Stanley.
Okay, well,
If it
I'm
was, it
not
would be
seeking
Stanley
to.
versus the world.
Oh,
It'd be
hey,
Stanley
did I not
versus
say it was
Stanley.
my opinion? Did I
It's
not
up
say
to
it was
me,
my opinion?
but you tell your opinion like it's
Are
law.
you saying my opinion is wrong?
I'm saying your opinion is your opinion, and you can just keep it to yourself sometimes.
Oh, what do I come? I come up here to talk, right?
Yeah, we're talking, but here's the thing: you don't have to keep repeating your opinion like that's what we're supposed to be listening
Well,
to.
you're repeating yours.
Oh no, because I'm matching your energy, and I told you when you come up in savage lands, motherfucker, that I'm gonna match your energy because I can do it all. Cause guess where the fuck you at, Stanley?
Hey, welcome to my savage land, where anything can happen. No capping, just work trapping. All bow when I stand, or be slaughtered in the savage land. Cause savage is the motherfucking captain. Welcome to my savage land. I create the fucking smoke to make you choke. Y'all ain't ready for the slaughter. I eat kings, goblins, and gods for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There can only be one winner. Watch me shine and shimmer. Welcome to my savage land. Welcome to my savage land.
You hear me, Stanley? You can do what you want on your platform, but over here, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt to speak and say what you want to say. But when you challenge the gods, you get
Challenge.
back.
Oh, you thought that was
And
a
the challenge
challenge?
no. You're definitely not a challenge, Stanley. I know you. And I
Okay,
know you are. I told you before what you were. Entertaining.
Well, our opinions
The only
differ.
way you can get me is through speaking about politicians and shit. Everything else, You ain't. You have to have a broader mind to take me down.
No, actually, I don't.
I don't even know that much. You do. You really do. Because you are because
you don't make it to
you're not
60
able.
years
You're not able
without
to.
having
You're not able to see another person's mind. You only see yours. And
Well,
you,
isn't that everybody?
You even said it yourself. You said they should already know. So fuck it.
They should.
They already know. No, how? How?
Oh, come on.
How are you going to speak to people that don't know?
Don't think a 50-year-old man
How
should
are you
know
supposed to
stuff?
look at people or learn anything different if you just like you're supposed to know? How are
Okay.
you supposed to have a conversation?
I would think
This is why you got characters like JB coming up there talking about Murder Stanley, because those are idiot characters. They're characters. They're characters. When you want to have a conversation, a real one, you would have to like be quiet and talk. You don't want to be quiet because you know you want to.
Now you're criticizing me.
Your energy, sir.
Yeah, I don't think you're quite
we were
matching.
both coasting. It coasted. But when you're like, no.
As far as I know, I'm still coasting. How about you?
Oh no, I've been coasting, but I'm entertaining myself.
Now you're telling me all about myself and who comes up on my panel.
Because you do it.
So I came up here for you to critique my show.
Let me ask you a question. Did you not just do that about Sharon's panel and he's not even here?
Oh, you don't think I'd say that to Sharon?
You are saying something about his. You ain't there. You don't even go up on the panel.
You brought up Sharon's panel.
No, I did.
You brought up Sharon's panel.
Yeah, and I brought it up in a different way than you did.
Okay, well then I was just sticking with your example.
You're saying
you with your example. That's all I was doing.
Yeah, you were. You brought it up. You said that this is not a place to go to find some blicker. I understand that. I didn't say that. What I'm saying is, when it comes to people learning, it's not only through the way you learn, and when it comes to building better or to advancing your content creating, it's not to just have a closed mind of you should just know. So let me just talk and tell people to shut up, tell people to shut up and talk. That's your content. I agree. That's what I said. You could do that on yours. You will do that on yours. But when it comes to the Savage Lands, I like to understand people and have the conversation and not just sit there, oh, it's my way or the highway.
Okay, well, I didn't know I wasn't having a conversation. You should have told me when I stopped having a conversation.
You know when you stop having. You know, you should know. You should know, Stanley. You're grown. You're 69 too.
Okay. All I say is that I don't consider YouTube a place of learning.
That's great.
That's just my opinion.
People who can't read like you read consider YouTube as a place of learning and also a place to entertain themselves. Do you agree or not?
Entertaining. Sure.
Do you agree or not?
Is entertainment.
Do you agree or not?
It can be a place of learning.
Okay.
It can be, but I'm not talking about YouTube broadly. We started out talking about these men versus women channels. Sharon was brought up as an example.
We started talking about a woman that thinks that she should get a date without trying to really get a date.
But
she
why
can't
aren't you
be a man
taking
trying to get a man. That's what we started off.
Why aren't you seeing her side though? You say you want a broad mind. How do you think she sees it?
And I do see her side. I do see her side. Yes, I don't see it.
Pray tell.
She's not here. But what I can take out of not trying to put myself in her shoes, but to see how people are,
they probably fit.
They probably would fit. They probably would. But to see how people are, I would think, and look at her actions. That's why I put the video up. If she's on a show,
that's not seeing her side.
Stanley, did you hear what I just said? Yeah. Did you hear the end of it? No, you didn't. Keep talking. Now look at what I'm trying to say. So this is what I'm saying. This is exactly what you do, so nobody can get their point across. So you can understand. You don't want to understand. You want to cut people off.
Okay.
In the middle of when I was trying to explain to you, for you to have an understanding.
I don't know why you get so
understood already by cutting me off.
No, I don't.
But that's what it is. Because if you're not willing to hear the end of the conversation, you really don't understand what anybody is saying because you cut them off in the middle of them explaining to you.
I think I do understand.
No, you don't. Because you asked me in the middle, and you cut me off. So why ask me if you would cut me? You shouldn't even ask me if you already understand.
So you need to get to the end of the sentence. Let me work on that with you, because apparently
How about you
you need to
work
get
on
your
something
full
as a
thought
guy,
out.
as a man, a grown ass.
Okay, don't tell me how to be a man.
Grown. Then don't
I am
tell
a
me how to
grown
be.
ass
Don't
man.
tell me
I
how to
don't
be.
need you. See, I didn't come up to your panel to learn how to be a man.
And I didn't
I
bring
didn't
you
come up here for that.
I brought you up here for entertainment. I brought you up here for entertainment because you're a very entertaining man. And you have book knowledge. So what I'm gonna say
I
is,
have real life knowledge. How the fuck do you think I got to 60?
Apparently, we can say it. We can definitely say that you have a lot of experience in cutting people off and not understanding what the fuck they're saying because you're too busy wanting to talk. I know you have a smooth voice, right? And somebody probably thought that somebody probably told you got a smooth voice, man. Stanley, people should listen to you all the time.
Told me
You know,
anything of the sort.
You took that
Is
to
that
heart.
a question
Right?
or a statement?
No,
Are
this
you asking me if anybody? Or are you telling me?
About you. We just talking about you. That's all. And what and what it is somebody probably told you that, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have the voice to talk. And then you're like, let me just keep talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. And I don't really want to hear nobody else but my voice. That's all.
Well, let me respond to that.
Okay,
You're wrong. Nobody.
No, I don't think I'm wrong, Stanley. This is what I was saying because I
think you're wrong.
That's what you do. Now, Stanley, let me ask you a question. How old are you? It doesn't matter how old you are. That's what you do. You ask a question. As soon as they try to say something,
see, I answered it in one word.
I already knew.
See, you tricked me. I thought that was actually a question.
No, it wasn't. It was just a small, stupid ass.
I couldn't tell.
I know you can't tell. You can't tell a lot because you don't listen. You do a lot more talking than listening. And that's something
I disagree with that.
That's something I think that you should work on, Stanley. And it's not because you're a man. It's because you're a human. And I think you should learn how to listen more.
Okay.
You should learn how to listen more.
Let me tell you what I think people should work on.
It's not only listening, it's patience. It's patience.
Oh, that I've been working on forever.
No, you haven't. You're 60-something. You have no patience for nobody.
Oh, I've been working on it since I was in first grade.
Damn, and you have not been working hard because you have no patience for nothing. You can't even you can ask a question, you can't even get the response. You have no patience whatsoever. So I think that's something. Matter of fact, you don't have to work on that on your station or anybody else's. But when you comes here, I'm gonna make sure you work on that patience because I'm gonna make sure if I want to, I'm gonna make sure you listen to what the fuck I'm saying.
Well, sure. And the world class, I'll just ignore that.
Why would you ignore that? See, why would you ignore it? Let's break it down.
See, the thing is with world class, with the world class, though,
you don't see.
You'll never win.
Nobody's trying to win, Stanley. Nobody wants to win. Life is not a debate.
It's a figure of speech.
No, it's not.
Apparently, the world class is a fan of yours, not a fan of mine. Though.
Why would you say that?
Oh, I know who he is.
Well, then why would you say he's a fan of mine and not yours?
Well, I mean, he hasn't called you. What is he say? Hospice brain, and
maybe he sees something that you
more
offline. Maybe he sees something that you don't see. See, this is something you don't take in consideration. Just like me, you consider me as a friend, and you come up and we share things, but you're not even trying to take in consideration that me looking on the outside in, that I see something you don't see, just like you see stuff that I don't see, and you point it out. And I'm like, you might be right, Stanley. But you, on the other hand, you're like, I don't want to hear your bullshit. Maybe you need
did I not compliment someone on giving me constructive criticism?
You did. It was a female. And we know you paired it to the ladies.
Oh, so it matters. The good advice has to come from a man.
No, the only one you listen to is a female. That's it.
Well,
you're willing to listen to a female.
To send me an email.
Maybe you feel some type of way about men.
Well,
or maybe
remember
if I want you to listen to me, I send you an email.
Well, that might not be a bad idea.
Oh,
Since I like to read, remember?
So when I say hit the link, I'll just be like, hit the email. Hit the email. So I'm not listen until you're able to listen. I'm just playing. But yes, maybe I will what I want to say, I'll just let you talk because that's what you like to do when you come up here. So everything I'll write it all down, right? And then I'll write my rebuttal or say like this, and then I'll email that shit to you. And then every show I'll just let you speak. And I'll just like
that could be like a segment.
No, they ain't doing it. You can do that. We can do that on your show because you like to talk. On my show, fuck no. Fuck no, Stanley. Let's see. Matter of fact, let's go. You said you want to talk about it, Stanley? We're gonna go.
Only trolling talking that shit. Yeah. Now I'm right, I talk minute all turn out. But you had a gully talking that shit. Yeah. Bully trolling talking that shit. You ain't a good troller if not a quick wit. I can change a whole painting with the pounding of the words. Not getting the motherfucker tricky, this just for the birds. I can talk shit on the panel or even the back. If you really want smoke, bitch, we in the chat. We in the chat. We in the chat.
All right, we in the chat now. Let's see. Let's start over here, Stanley. Who you have? You responded to that already, didn't you? Hospice brain can't comprehend basic stuff. And you know what? It might. I don't know. Let's see what your response is to that, Stanley, and then I'll say something.
You know what? I consider the source. He's one of those baby daddies that needs to do better before he starts coming after me.
But do you know if he's a baby daddy?
Yeah, I think he is.
How do you know?
He says he isn't.
He says he
but
isn't.
I don't. Yeah, I think he said that.
So your opinion is law in your head, and no matter what anybody says to you, you're not going to believe nothing.
Yeah, of course, my opinion is all in my head. Where else would it be?
Oh, so that means nobody can even explain or get you to comprehend shit. It's just you. And you only.
Well, no, you seem to not quite understand my point a lot of the time. I do listen to other people's points. The problem is I have an originality problem. Okay, most of this stuff I've heard before. You know, maybe someone should come up with an original thing to say.
How would you know?
A lot of this masculine this and feminine that, I've heard it all before for years.
And what is the basis of people talking masculine and feminine shit?
Mostly people not really understanding what they're talking about.
And how would they know if you understand what you're talking about?
They don't have to. They don't have to know. I'm not asking them to. If they don't know, they don't know.
So basically, you're just
my opinion.
You're just talking shit. So
you could say that.
You're the trolling antagonist.
You could say that.
You don't hear anybody else's opinion. You don't give a shit if
I hear other people's opinion about 100 times.
How when you don't listen?
I listen.
You listen to me and barely.
Okay. All I have to say is when you start talking about, well, you sound feminine or you sound masculine or doing this is masculine or Leslie Jones is masculine. Dude, I could tune into Sharon. I could tune into all kinds of shows and get this.
I didn't use masculine. I used manly.
Well, manly, masculine, it's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
Is it when women have masculine traits?
You tell me.
Have feminine and masculine traits. How is it just meant for? Because we could go down and remember we had this talk. Remember we could go down again. Masculine is not just man. It's we all have the same traits. We're all human. We have masculine and feminine traits. It's just
in other words,
it's a spectrum. More. What'd you say?
In other words, it's a spectrum.
Okay. So you just said masculine is man. I said manly. You said that's masculine. And you didn't say
I didn't say that. I asked you a question.
You said the same thing.
Did you not hear me ask you the question?
You want me to go back?
Yeah.
You want me to bring it? I can bring it up. Hold on.
I said, aren't they the same?
No, you didn't say. You didn't ask me. You said the same. You didn't ask. You said the same thing. I said,
Yeah, you
oh,
might want to go back because maybe I'm wrong.
I will. Maybe you know what? I think you might need a glass of wine first. Because your regular thought
It's a little early for that.
no, I think that you might think a little straighter. Your mind might be more focused if you take a sip of wine because
yeah.
you just said, I said manly. And you said same thing. Masculine,
Okay.
same thing.
Aren't they?
You didn't ask. You're asking
Aren't
now.
they? I'll ask now. Aren't they?
Being manly is being a manly and probably more of a masculine form than usual, yes. But it's not the same thing because women and men have masculine and feminine traits.
Okay, whatever that means.
Can we say, so can you say, let's see. No, you already said what you said. But it is what it is. I don't have to keep going down the rabbit hole. You said what you said. And you said the same thing, manly is masculine. I said Leslie.
Well, let me tell you how I would put it.
Is acting manly, which is like a man. She's 6'4", size 92 shoe.
6 feet.
And she's screaming.
Let me respond to
That's
that.
like an aggressive man right there. And she's looking for a man.
You just said it. Aggressive. More men tend to be aggressive. Aggressiveness is associated with males.
With male DNA.
No, males.
Well, maybe you don't have that DNA in you, sir.
Well, you can make that insinuation, but things
maybe.
like that to derail a conversation.
I'm not derailing. Well, you derailed.
That's exactly. Now you're wondering about my DNA.
Derailing with
That's not derailing.
Well, no, sir, no, sir. It's not this way. Just read a book, sir. No,
well,
sir.
All I have to say is that I think you mistake aggressiveness.
Reading Rainbow. It's in a book. Just take a look.
Well, all I have to say, all I have to say is maybe that's the problem. People don't think reading books is important enough to not tease people about doing.
You know what?
Why don't you just say I'm acting right? Get it over with.
See, look.
Get it over with.
I'm saying what you're saying before you say you just like to hear yourself talk. I think you're semi-right. I think a lot of people should read a lot more, and it should be a daily thing, yes. But I don't think you should go around saying that people are probably idiots because they don't do it. And you don't use the word idiot, but this is how you're trying to.
Oh no, I use it often.
Well, I'm trying to give you a bit of a doubt because you're old. You might forget, just like you forgot what you just said. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't think I forgot.
Aggressiveness. In the chat, aggressiveness from the beautiful, fine Natasha. The aggressiveness is associated with testosterone. Men and women have this hormone, although men generally have way more of it. Savage is correct here. Thank you very much.
Okay. Let me give her my
biological POV, in my opinion.
Well, good. At least she said it was her point of view, because while she's right about the testosterone, my point is that I'm not sure you can say aggressiveness is associated with testosterone. Men have more of it, therefore it is something more associated with males. But this masculine versus feminine point, that's not really biology. Okay, masculine is not a biological term.
Stanley, do you have common sense?
Okay, I have literally had like tons of biology classes. It's pretty much what I majored in. It was chemistry, but a lot of biology went with that. I've had the training. Let me put it to you that way.
How do we know? How would we know?
So again, masculine is not a biological term.
You agreed with what she said, right?
More or less, other than the part about you being right. No, I don't agree with that. everything else I do.
These hoes ain't loyal.
You ain't loyal to the word, Stanley. You just don't want me to be right because I'm a guy. If I was a female, you'd be like, you're right.
Well, she's a female, and I didn't totally agree.
Yeah,
with
you
her.
said you agree with her until she said I'm right. It has to do with me being right.
So I don't totally agree with her.
You said you agreed till it said you're right. So I'm right on my opinion about what the fuck you just did. So red flag on that. Red flag on the play for Stanley. Stanley just wants to fight. Stanley wants to fight with words because he thinks that just because he reads a billion books a day, that he should speak to anyone, any type of way, and he has more knowledge. I believe that if me and Stanley to take my life experience, even being younger, and you taking your book knowledge with your small amount of experience, and we go and we go out into a world that I introduce you to, you'd be lost in the wind, Stanley. You would not even have
Okay,
know
well,
how to
let me
adapt
put it to you this
to
way.
life itself. You'd be like this. Where's there a library? I don't know what to do. Need to go to a library.
No, I appreciate the invitation, but don't think I haven't lived a life, sir.
Oh, I believe you have. Listen, you're on the cusp of a boomer. Of course you lived a life. You're a boomer.
Well, not only that, but you know, I've run the streets before.
What, you think that's funny?
Stanley, you run your mouth and you ran on some streets. Cut that shit the fuck out. You ain't run on no damn streets.
Yeah, okay. Hey, I don't need you to believe me.
You don't believe you, Stanley. You don't believe you, Stanley.
Okay.
Come on, I'm not even gonna ask you because I don't believe it. But I believe that maybe you thought your streets was some real shit, and you thought you ran some streets. Every kid has been on a street that they ran on because they like to play.
Well, you know, it could very. Now I said the streets. I didn't say the mean streets.
I know you didn't see the mean streets. That's how I know you cabanana. You tried to play it in there like you ran some
not
streets.
at all.
That's
not
the word.
at all.
That's the way people
well, see, here's the difference.
Were on the streets.
Natural difference.
YouTube streets, yeah. He on these YouTube streets.
Well, no. I don't mean YouTube streets, but let me say this though. I at least had the choice whether I was there or not. A lot of people don't.
Right. So you didn't run no streets then.
No, I ran them. But when I did, it was me going to them, not them
running out of breath, running to them, talking about you got some candy. That's the only street you in, or maybe.
You're gonna cry in the car.
Come on, y'all. Take my affirmation into respect.
Money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needed me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming is just.
And hit that like button. Share the channel and subscribe if you haven't. Please do so. And if you like for me to wake up earlier than I did today, I need coffee and creamery. I'm a broke black man in America, just like Stanley. Listen, hit that Cash App if you feel up to it. It's just a donation, 25 cents, 35 cents, $1, $5, whatever you believe in achieving. Thank you very much. It only goes to the channel to create more content so I can have these discussions with old people who are almost there to delusion. Oh, my bad. I was talking about you, Stanley. I didn't think you were still there. Hey, Stanley, how you doing?
Oh, I'm right here.
What you eating, Stanley?
Jelly beans.
I can tell because, you know, old people have dry mouths. You can hear everything. And you can hear everything they doing. Candy, did you have that candy in your pocket?
I thought I was muted.
See, you're losing. See, you're losing.
Apparently.
My hold on one second. I apologize. I'm still new. Well, I'm not new, but I'm yeah. It's a $. Hold on, I have I don't know how to post it like that, but here it is. It's $ security strong, and you'll see a cartoon me up there. It's a cartoon me with my logo. Appreciate you. So Stanley, did you have that candy in your pocket with no wrapper?
No. Jelly beans don't come in wrappers generally. Not individual wrappers.
Separately, no. But you could have had a,
No, they're sitting in a dish right here on the table.
Listen, I only know old people at a certain age that keep candy in a dish right next to them. Why? Let me ask you a question. Why old people like candy so much?
I have no idea.
Me neither. That's
I
what
mean,
I'm asking.
I thought kids don't like candy.
Yeah, but they tend to be like, hey, mine, or
I mean, kids even ask for it. At least old people can.
I've never seen. I seen a kid with a bag of candy hidden under the pillow or something, but not like in a jar.
That's literally loving candy.
I know. But yes. So freaking back to what we were talking about, and this is the video. Actually, not video. I did want to show her, but not right now. I'm gonna finish the video, Stanley, so you could understand what I'm trying to say.
You're trying to acquire the qualities of the man you want because you don't think you can actually get that man. And so you've come up with another way to the mountaintop thinking this will attract what you want. This would be the equivalent of a man becoming soft, vulnerable, passive, and dependent, and wondering why no woman wants him. You see, the men are telling you they don't want it. They told you.
I don't understand why you wouldn't want a woman like me. I am successful.
See, that means the men have told you. They told you.
It's Stanley.
Yes, sir.
You there? Do you understand her question?
No.
She says she doesn't understand why a man wouldn't want a woman like her.
Is that
Do
a
you
woman
understand?
saying?
That's her saying.
Why would a woman see? It doesn't make sense that a woman would even say that.
But she's saying that.
It'd be credible if a man had said it.
But she's saying it, Stanley.
Okay, well, what do you want me to say other than what I just said?
I don't want to say shit. I was just asking.
She can say it all she wants. My question is, my statement is, it would be more credible if a man was saying what she's saying.
Do you think that? What do you? All right. Do you think that what do you think is her problem actually for not getting a man? Leslie Jones.
I think she has a strong personality. Female comedians, a lot of female comedians want to be the center of attention, etc. I mean, that goes with showbiz. A lot of good-looking stars, like what's her name, Halle Berry. How many husbands and boyfriends has she had over the years? A lot of these Hollywood, these people who love to be on stage.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of they're men and women, but women. Since we're talking about women, I don't think it's even her looks as much as she wants to be the star of every show, and men aren't like that. And again, I know this from over the years. I've had women who wanted to be the star of the show, and it's very off-putting.
You don't think that her having the look and the features that she does goes against her finding a man mixed with her person?
I'll put it to you this way: Kelly Clarkson, who isn't the most beautiful woman in the world, she has a husband and had a child. I think there's someone for everyone. I think there's someone even for Leslie Jones. However, that personality is very strong, and a lot of men would be off put by it. I would be.
All right, all right, all right. So
And I
that's
have a strong personality.
well, that's the point I'm trying to get at this, Stanley. I'm saying that she with her, all right, because you asked me, you said that she thinks she's ugly, right? And I said, obviously, she doesn't think that because for her to know that she's strong, tall, big, and manly like masculine, she said, that she doesn't understand that with all those features and with that personality as well, you should know why you're not getting the results you're getting.
Well, my opinion is that it's more an act, and maybe it's just her coming to terms with the reality of it. I still think that there's someone for everyone. And you yourself said it earlier. If you know that, hey, being 6 feet is going to be tough in and of itself, 6 feet with masculine features is going to be tough. You do have to maybe be someone who is a little bit more, feminine, I guess was the words you used, a little bit more docile, maybe would be what you really meant. And
So
she's not doing that. So
she should just be
she knows, believe me, at 58, you know yourself. And I can say again from personal experience, you know who you are by most people know who they are by the
Do you
time they're
really think
Leslie
she knows?
Jones's age.
Do you really think
I
she
think
does?
she knows more about
Has,
her than we do.
of course she does. But do you?
So
But
she
all right,
knows. I think
what?
she knows what you're saying.
So if she knew that, why do you think she'd be up on a
Because
show?
she chose not to.
What? Chose not to what?
She chose to be a millionaire instead. Some people are gonna go, hey, and I've heard a lot of women say this, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna change. I'll just have to suffer the consequences. And I think she decided, hey, I'm gonna do me. And if I don't get a man, I don't get a man. Now, I think the complaining about a man, I think that's a little tongue in cheek. She probably is wondering in her heart of hearts, why wasn't there a man out there for me? And there might still be, but she knew what she was doing. Okay. It wasn't like she tripped through life to become a 50-year-old millionaire loudmouth. She knew what she was doing. There was intentionality.
Okay, but do you think she should be on the show? Because to be honest with you, with
Oh,
all the
what
quotes,
show?
her show, she's on the Kelly Clarkson show, right?
I didn't even know Kelly Clarkson still had a show.
Well, this is the video. Are you not paying attention, Stanley?
I don't really pay attention to celebrity news. I think that Leslie Jones is a star. That's what her Kelly Clarkson show is about, right? Having big names on. Because I
Well,
think isn't Leslie Jones still doesn't she do a day or so on the Daily Show?
yeah, I
I
think
mean,
so.
I mean, why wouldn't she be up on Kelly Clarkson show?
Hold on one second. Why wouldn't she be? Why wouldn't she be on that show, Stanley?
I mean, she's a star.
She's on there because basically they were asking her why. They asked her questions, whatever. She's been around saying that she can't find a man. So,
Well, my personal opinion is it's a bit. There's some truth in it, of course, but I think it's mostly just a bit, a comedy bit.
for her to be complaining about men not wanting her. That's what you think?
I don't know. How serious should I take a comedian?
Well, if everybody's asking her this, right? There's got to be some consistency, and if there's consistency in something, then some part of it got to be true. You heard?
Oh,
So
I don't
if
doubt
she's
that some part of it is true.
right, so if
I
she's
just don't know how much
on,
of it.
I think a lot of it is because
Okay, well, you and I
because
differ. You and I differ on.
because
uh,
you don't know the knowledge, and that's what I was trying to explain to you earlier.
Okay, well, I understand your base of knowledge, but I still don't agree. I think it's a comedy bit. I'm there. A lot of comedians do self-referential comedy. So of course, she's basically acknowledging she
Mhm.
might even be, it might even be a cap. Hey, you know what? I know I'm ugly, but I'm gonna make jokes about it. Um, but
Let's see if it's a cap. I gotta see if it's a cap. Hold on, because I doubt it's a cap.
huh,
Because if
it's
she
my
going
opinion.
everywhere saying the same thing, and she's very passionate about, she's been on a couple of shows asking
R- Recently,
throughout the years, or not asking, like, well, saying that she can't find a man, nobody wants her, this, none of that, whatever. You just not, that's what I'm trying to tell you, Stanley. You're not up to date with half of the shit that's
okay.
going on in the world.
Okay, well, I don't know how up to date I have to be with a comedian making jokes about she can't find a man. How up to date do I need to be?
You don't need to
There
be.
is nothing new under the sun. She's not that original.
How many times do you see the sun each day? Do you even go outside, Stanley?
Okay, well, now we're talking about the sun.
You brought
It's
it up.
not, it's
You brought up
I,
the sun.
I'm sitting right across from a window. It's cloudy today.
It is cloudy. It is
Down,
cloudy.
down in Georgia, at least.
Georgia. I need to go there, Stanley. How is it over there in Georgia?
It's awesome. It's everything Ray Charles says it is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm done with that video because you just go elsewhere when it comes to some other shit. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right. So I do have another video, but I don't know if I'm gonna show it right now. I want Stanley to talk because Stanley likes to talk. Stanley, you want to talk about something?
Oh, I had nothing in mind other than mocking that pretend that pretend that pretend that pretend that that world class. Actually, I've nicknamed him the world's ass. Other than
Oh
mocking him,
no.
I don't really have a lot to say.
World class, you still there? You still there, man?
That's why he's coming after me, because I've been calling him the world's ass.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's funny. But I think that maybe you misunderstand people, Stanley, because you're stuck in your ways. And I think that people see it. And which is okay, because I don't mind it. It's entertaining to me. I like it. I have something to entertain myself with. But I do know that when it comes to the evil streets, the evils think I'm new to this Natasha, that we're putting all that in there. I can't even have a wrench for somebody else because I don't even know how to do all that. But I appreciate you. I got love for you. But yeah, freaking you do seem like you don't want to understand anybody but yourself.
Well, I know what it seems like, but let me give you another perspective.
You don't think it's true?
No. I think that there are a lot of people on YouTube, and I have run into them all the time, that think street knowledge is like the real knowledge. And I'm here to tell you there are other ways of knowing. That street is one type of knowledge, but there are all kinds of knowledges. And I think there are a lot of people. I think there are a lot of people, and I'll pick on cellulite. Is one. Okay, well, I'll leave him alone. But those who want to be like cellulite, they're if you're accusing me of it, accuse them of it too, because they think you don't need to know what's in books. I
Uh,
know, I know I don't have to know what's on the streets. I know that me not knowing what's happening on, the in the hood in Detroit, I can live without that. Have lived without it for quite some. Hold on one sec.
ooh, okay, sure, sir.
However,
Sure.
I also know that doing some of the things that I've done in my life, you're not going to be able to do them without books. The world can live without the streets, but it can't live without the books. And when I say books, I mean just like, some of the more complicated knowledge that you don't learn on the streets.
The world can't live, or people?
The world can live without the hood, but not the other way around.
Who's the world, Stanley?
Uh, just the world in general.
Am I the world?
Sure you are. You're in it.
I'm in it, but I'm not the world.
Oh, you could be.
So
There are many.
you think
There
people-
there are many, many, many
So you're saying people
who
can't
comprise
survive?
the world.
You said people can't survive without books?
No, the Bible might be one of them.
So when there were no books, how were people able to survive?
They didn't.
How do you exist then?
Okay, look. You said survive. Survive is not the same thing as exist.
Don't you have to
You
survive?
can exist.
Have
You can
faith.
exist if look. Survival is existence continuing.
So you can't survive without book
I don't think the world can today.
today. So that's a difference.
And I would argue that life got a lot better after books. Before written language and all that sort of stuff,
You think so?
life expectancy was not that long. I mean, books are basically systematized knowledge. Now, there are oral traditions, where things were handed down through stories and stuff like that. I'd say that's as good as a book. Books are more immutable, but all I'm saying is that I, as a black man, have never lived in the hood, and I've survived just fine without it.
Of course. And people survive.
So don't
people
think,
survive
don't
good.
think, don't think that book knowledge isn't all it's cracked up to be. I'm saying knowing how to survive on the streets is not is important if you're in the streets.
So if you were forced out on the streets, do you think you would survive just with your book knowledge?
Yes, but not so much because of the books. It would be just lived experience. I mean, think of it. Let's not even talk about the hood. If somebody like one of these game shows, you got dropped out in the middle of the wilderness,
Mhm.
not many people would survive. But guess what? I've read about wilderness survival just when I was in Army ROTC in college. Read plenty of books about survival behind enemy lines, how to purify water, all that stuff I learned in a book. And if you can retain the knowledge, yeah, I'd survive for a little while.
For a little while. But do you think someone that without the book they'll survive longer than you? Someone who knows
Someone who has not learned it.
someone
there
who
are two ways there are two ways you could learn it. You could learn it by on the job, say you were born on a frontier or something like that, or you could read it in a book.
so you don't like so someone with so if you think if you drop two people off in the woods for survival, one that just has book knowledge and one that has just experience of survival, just like on the streets, who do you think will last longer?
Well, wait, hold it. Street, we're talking wilderness or hood?
Talk about just survival skills within the world. Just without
I think the
who had to
person
learn
with
it, who had just
experience,
through
the
experience.
person with the experience,
Mhm. You said the person experienced with
has a
last.
higher chance. Has a higher chance
And why do you think that?
because they've done it before. Person with the book might not have done it before. But let me do this. What if that person with the book learned some of it through experience and some of it from the book? At a minimum, you could use the book to build a fire.
True. Yeah, true. But with a person that experienced survival through the streets, you would be the person with the book. You would not know that through survival, you would have to use to your advantage to survive, right? So you would be the first to be taken advantage of just because all you know is books.
Well, wait, hold it. Where are we talking?
In the wilderness.
We move the goalpost back to the hood.
No, we're back in the wilderness. But I'm saying both of those
Okay,
people.
well, who's going to take advantage of me if I'm out in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
I'm
usually
assuming I'm alone.
Usually for your smarts, and then
who's going to take advantage of me?
When you the other person, you drop two people.
I thought I was alone.
See, the thing about it is you thought that because you don't listen, and then you prove my point.
No.
I said two people.
I don't think
a man with just
experience.
Oh
yeah, but you didn't say they were together.
Right. Yes, you're right, Stanley. Absolutely right. Two men together.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you for correcting me, Stanley. I appreciate it. I should be more specific with you. You are an elder. So two people are dropped at the same time, wearing the same clothes, nothing in their hands, on soft soil, lots of trees. Shall I be more detailed?
Yeah, the person with the book knowledge, has he ever had to apply it?
Water.
Has he ever had to apply that book knowledge? Because you might have book knowledge and experience.
Yeah. Yes. And so, with a person, a person with book experience and the one who just puts out books instead of, because you hardly talk about experience. You mostly
I talk about experience on my show all the time.
You hardly talk about experience. Most of them, it's books.
Okay, listen to what I just said.
No, you listen to me because I always listen to you.
Okay, no, but you're absolutely wrong. I talk about experience all the time.
I'm done. You can talk about that because you keep talking.
Oh God, I hope this doesn't go on forever.
It might, because it's my show. If you feel so kind of drop the fuck off, you can do so.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be up here and be lied on.
Yeah. So you don't. So let me ask you: you don't put more books in front of experience? That's
okay.
What you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. I talk about experience.
You're just gonna lie on my panel,
especially Navy experience, especially child rearing experience. Talk about it all the time.
Do you when someone says something? Do you say go experience it, or do you say go read a book?
Depends on what we're talking about.
Do you say read
on what we're talking? Depends.
Don't be that way. Be real.
If we're talking politics, I'm going to tell you to go read a book. If we're talking child rearing, you know what? Funny enough, I have read maybe one book on child rearing, and I threw it aside because it didn't make any sense. When I talk about child rearing, I don't talk about books. I talk about my experience. It depends on what we're talking about.
Someone that's having a new child, do you think they should read a book first or experience? Like they should read a book?
I think maybe if you want to read a book, but I would literally say if you got a parent, they should be the first place you go.
Oh,
don't waste your money on the book.
But if
what does your father or your mother have to say?
Saying this, right? If the parent is saying you should already know. Or read a book.
Say that.
That's all they're saying. Should they do then?
Okay, well, can I tell you my experience?
Sure.
Well, I have a son, And if he and has come and like, hey, what about this woman? Or I've never told him to go read a book unless we were talking history or politics, which we really don't do much. So it depends on what the topic is. Some things you have to experience, or you go to someone who is experienced.
What are most of your topics about? Are they most politics? Because
Politics,
you like
politics, pretty much politics and news.
and that's most of what you talk about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so back to what I was saying. What you do on your show is mostly dictating and saying you should know. So you prove my point. There you go. Thank you, Stanley. You prove my point.
I wouldn't call it. I would call it more.
Is read a book, because that's most of your content. It's not experience, not a motherfucking thing. You say read a book.
Who experiences politics? Well, we all experience
I've experienced through what we're talking about through this book. Is
okay. You're kind of twisting it, aren't you?
No, I'm not twisting it. You're not listening close enough because you don't listen.
Okay, no, I am listening.
Your energy and proving my point at the same time.
You're only proving your point to yourself. You're not proving it to me.
And if that is right, sir, those who are watching will take it the way they take it. And I'm also being just like you. I'm the master of everything in my own mind.
Well, I'm glad to be your role model.
You know what? I'm glad for you to be the role model I need there, sir. I appreciate it. I could be like your son. No,
that's not really. I
could be your son, not that dictatorial. Because I'm young. I'm a son to you, right?
Almost.
Does this? No.
Exactly. No, sir. No, sir. I say no, sir. But I appreciate because that's all I've ever hung with was older people. This is how I know how older people act and how to adapt and advance with older people, because that's all I've ever hung out with. That's how I was able to understand that your sarcasm and your listening skills are what they are, and pretty much knew what you're going to say through each time we talk, because it's almost like a common thing with the cuspid boomers and the boomers.
Yeah, well,
on that mother. God damn it.
Let me return the compliment. I have a teenager, and so I'm used to cutting these teenagers off with their.
That's why I laughed before you said it.
Don't give them an inch.
All my life I had to fight. My daddy, my uncles, my brothers. But I ain't never thought I had to fight in my own house.
Always fighting Stanley in my own house. Always.
These youngins will take a mile.
And these old motherfuckers will burn a bridge down just so you won't annoy their peaceful jelly beans in the jar. Do you eat peaches out the can?
Rarely.
But you do it. Listen, I know old people shit. Do you have outside slippers?
No, I don't really like fruit like that these days. I mostly keep them for my son.
Oh, that's what my grandfather did. Just look at you. I know you guys. You guys do the same shit. But I appreciate it because
you mean
I would not have this mind through the knowledge of the boomers, because they were very structured people mostly. They taught my mother what they taught her, and I see her unlike any if she hit it very well. She's not like the mothers, exactly like the mothers that I see nowadays, which let your kids run rampant and do anything possible and be like, you know what, it's their fault, not mine. That's what I see. She was the one, I'm gonna fuck you up if you don't follow these rules, because what the bigger picture is, I already know you a problem, but you're not gonna be the problem in the future in these streets, so you can get yourself killed out there. So she was looking in the future. And plus she was an Aquarian just like I was. Same thing. So do we have a mind amongst a lot of different people. And what it is she knew the future. So she had to structure me at a certain age so I could deal with you old fucks and deal with people.
Well, bless her heart
I
for
know.
knowing what was coming.
If you knew my mother, you probably sit down with her for hours and talk and talk and talk. And she'd probably do the same thing I'm doing with you right now.
She'd probably
Listen,
tell me stories about how she used to beat your ass, right?
yes. And I can tell you stories how she used to whip my ass.
And
You
I
know
would
what?
definitely listen to that.
I know you would. I know you would. And you know what? I would listen to him too because I needed it. That's the thing. There's a lot of people walking around here, oh, my mama beat me. Da, da, da. You probably needed it. A lot of these kids now, they need their ass whooped. And that is the issue. And you know what? They'd be like, oh, it's abuse. Why do you think people call it abuse now, Stanley? When it's something that's needed in the household of these
Well,
ignorant.
because I think people take it overboard.
Right. I love
And I
your shirt.
also think after a certain age, it doesn't work.
Well, it should. Well, if you did it early, you wouldn't have to do it at a certain age.
That's true. But I never spanked my son.
Well, you had mental structure then. If you didn't have to spank your son and you kept
Well, it's
him out of
probably
that.
overstructure.
Well, I don't think there's such thing. In the world today, you need more structure and more structure and more structure. Because there's too many things out there that could ruin the base of your structure.
Right.
If you don't have a strong base, it's easy to knock your building down. You know what I'm saying?
100% right.
Yeah. So if you don't base the discipline and the structure in your kids early, by the time it's where they talking too much about you or to you like that, once you put your hands on, they're not used to that and they're gonna fuck you up. And then they're gonna call some police or put you in, because they wouldn't know the difference. So they will put you in a position where your life, and they don't even understand that it'll ruin their lives by doing it. You know what I mean? That's how ignorant and ridiculous they are in their heads, because they didn't get that structure early. And then as soon as you try to discipline them then or tell them something to do, it's too late by then. They're like, please, I'm not listening to you. Fuck you, mom. Kill yourself, mom. You know what I'm saying? Like when I hear that shit, bro, oh my God. You don't understand. When I hear kids yell at their parents,
Black kids?
I don't hear too many of them doing that shit. But they do. The light-skinned ones.
Because they might take you up on it.
The light-skinned ones, they do it because they have that other privilege in them. But these kids nowadays, I don't know what the fuck. I jump into my shoes when I was a kid and I get scared automatically. And I look around like, damn, my mom's not here. Whew. If she was, though. These kids fucked up, like for real. Like, and I can't even fathom how it's allowed. You know what I'm saying? Because all it is teaching them that in the world that you're about to enter, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail extreme. You're gonna have the biggest eye-opening, and it can be detrimental to your life as a child. Growing up, not having no structure and being able to yell at authority the way you do when you're wrong. People will delete you in this world doing the dumb shit you do. You will never get a job. You know what I'm saying? You will not succeed in the world being that way without no structure. Right. You know what I mean? Seeing authority figures as less than, and you can be able to say whatever you want and think that you can do whatever you want. There's no life for you in the future at all. And
at least not one that's easy.
Indeed. And I think there should be more, you know what? Good question to ask. Stanley, since you're old. I don't mind that you're old. I just like calling old people old. But
yeah, I'm sure they enjoy it.
Yeah, we do. Just like you like calling us YNs, and old YNs. But do you think?
No, I just do that for specific. It's not a category for me. It's just specific people that I call that.
Well, you put me in that category once or twice. You said I'm an old YN, and then you took it back, and then you said it again, and then you took it back. But I don't mind because I know me. And sometimes I could act like an old YN. So, I do I hold myself accountable. But do you think there's a purpose? Do you think people should look down on stepfathers?
On what?
Stepfathers.
No. Why would they look down on them?
Well, I wanted to ask that because I don't. Because I always bring up the contradiction through people's panels. I don't say too much about it until I get on my own still, or if I remember. But I've seen big time content creators say that they will never they don't respect stepfathers. They don't they don't see them in the light that they should be. But they will then say that they are a leader for the community. Right? Don't you think that's kind of contradictory or oxymoronic?
Well, yeah. And I think just look, the older you get, the more likely you are to meet women who have kids. That's just the way it works. And the thing is a lot of these guys, I don't respect a baby daddy who looks down on stepkids. Okay, because what you've done is you've created opportunities for stepfathers to step in. so,
You're right.
plus I would think that a man who is willing to take on that responsibility, the woman would have to be extraordinary. But, let's not even talk about that part. Someone who's willing to take the responsibility. Now, let me tell you something, and this is a little on the topic, a little off. I never wanted to be a stepfather, because how my household runs is not going. I don't want another man controlling people in my house.
Right.
And if I got stepkids in there, need to have the stepkid ready, at 8 o'clock so he can see his. No, I couldn't live like that. Now, my wife was a widow and she had kids, but her kids were older. So I never really had to deal with them. But the thing is that had she been, say, divorced with kids, we never would have gotten together. At least not to the extent that, we're talking about marriage. I don't like other men controlling what goes on in my house to any extent.
Right. I could dig that when you have the opportunity to change, like to not be that, I can understand that. But if it came down to if you are in that position to not see that or anyone else to see that as a bad thing, you should automatically not want to be a stepdaddy or have anybody take care of your kids, put it that way. But
right.
But when it comes to you taking care of kids, other kids that aren't yours, I don't think it should be a problem if you're trying to be a leader of a community and you can't consider a stepfather role, which that is a kind of like a role of a leader of a community, then I don't think you should. If you're saying that that's a bad thing, that you look down on a stepfather, you should not say that you should be a leader of a community.
Well, you're looking at, we agree on this, but maybe for slightly, not that I disagree with your reason, but I would almost say that stepfather is actually stepping into a leadership role. Okay, because having a male presence, having two parents, even if one of them is a step parent, is better than a single parent home.
Right.
Okay, so what if the kid, the kid involved in the stepfather steps into a role where there's some 5-year-old boy. Now, hopefully they can get along, that sort of thing. But volunteering basically to be a male presence for your stepkids, I don't see that. I wouldn't look down on that. I think that person's, maybe not a hero, but he's definitely stepping into a role that could be beneficial down the line to those kids.
Right.
And, because he's benefiting kids, he's benefiting the quote community.
And that's how I see it.
I just
that's
don't
also like
see
being
how
able
you can look down on that.
right. But I've heard people, and you can tell, like I watch people, you can tell in some people's faces that they don't really mean it, but they don't want to be looked at a certain way because a big time content creator said it and started that trend. You know what I mean? So I could see the trend leaking down into these other content creators when they know that they've probably been in that role. Anyway, yeah, it's difficult, but that actually kind of tests your skills of a leader. If you're willing, if
Oh,
you're
it's
all
going to
willing,
test you.
definitely, trust me, definitely. If you're willing to put yourself above it all, uh, for what you see as bettering a community, that part should be accepted. That stepfather, no matter what, you are being a
If not
male leader.
celebrated.
What happened?
I said, if not celebrated.
It should definitely be celebrated because that's you. That's you contributing to the community. You see a situation that needs a male authority figure for for to give a child something they're missing. So we can stop complaining about how these children are growing up in the community. You know what I'm saying? And doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So why not be that figure to change that? You know what I mean? And why
What was the
not
reasoning?
celebrate? Huh?
What was the reasoning
For what?
for somebody looking down on stepfathers?
Well, all right, so I'm not going to say the names because
Right.
I don't want them to look at I'm trying to use their name as some clout shit until it's really time. But I've watched them for a while, and they said that also. So they're married. They actually had the right upbringing, which helped them make their choice of staying with the baby mom and not having to be in that stepfather figure. But they talked about being a leader for the community and doing so much for the community, but then saying that stepfathers ain't worth shit. I'm not gonna be this to do this to that and that, and pretty much belittling the guys.
So why do they belittle? What reason would they have to look down?
Because they didn't choose that, and they don't see taking care of someone else's kids as progress through being with the female at the same time.
Well, God only knows what.
But then they'll complain about
what they think of foster children.
Right. They didn't say, I haven't heard them say anything about that. But then they would say that what was I gonna say? They would say that damn, I read something and listen. How they are, how they don't like how the kids are being brought up, and that they, how they're messed up buy-ins and they're messing up this and that because they had no father. They keep saying they ain't got no father, they ain't got no father, they ain't got no father. But they're not willing to change things and that or celebrate or try to get other men to accept that, you know what, if that's what's going on, respect to you changing these kids that aren't yours life, but because we're trying to build a community anyway. But that person doesn't even feel that we have a community. So it, I can see them thinking that way but I think what they're saying is a contradiction because it seems like they want a community, trying to build one, but belittling how to or looking down on how to build one.
There are people out here with all kinds of warped ideas.
Very warped.
I have a guy that I know through YouTube. And he literally said, now he has a thing for white girls. So he literally says, and he has said it several times, that he would never be with a white woman who had been with a black man before him. And I kind of shook my head. But
you know the reason why.
The reason he gave was that something about black culture. She would be too into black culture, and he didn't want a white woman who was into black culture. It was something of that sort. And I was like, wow, that I've never heard that before.
Was it a black man saying that or a white man saying that?
Yes.
A black man said that.
Well, I've heard white men on YouTube say it too, but no, this was a black guy.
I could definitely see a white man saying it, but a black man, maybe he's insecure about himself, which I would say, but maybe I'm wrong about that. But what I would say first is that he's insecure about what he thinks about black people, black men. Not insecure.
Well, he's not. Yeah, he's what I call an anti-black black.
Okay, so I wouldn't say insecure. I would say that he just feels some type of way about black people. I'm not going to use insecure.
Hating blacks while black.
Well, I wouldn't even say like my preference is a beautiful woman with a good head on her shoulders and able to adapt and advance like I do. You know what I mean? Somebody with a great personality. It's mostly somebody intelligent with a great personality and decent looks. And I say decent looks. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be extravagant and all that good stuff, but just something I'm attracted to is someone who's willing to put the work in. You know what I mean? And
right.
If it was preference, if we were talking about, I would prefer just that. Put it that way. But I've been with more white women than Spanish, Asian, black, different race than white. I've been with more white women than that, but I've been with all.
I understand what Natasha says about preference, and hey, if that's your preference, it's a preference. But maybe he should have just said it's my preference, and maybe instead of getting into, sometimes there's TMI. And maybe he should have just left it at it's my preference.
At first, I got what he was saying due to him being in the good upbringing and choosing the wife, staying with the wife, and not having any other man around his child to raise them, which nobody does. Nobody wants that. But life is life, and the way it does. You know what I mean? And yes, if you can prevent that, I can see that. But I don't think you should ever look down on someone they're actually a better person than they are by taking on the role and seeing himself in a higher light, or a better way to test your leadership skills.
Well, I can actually see that content creators preference, because a lot of times when you step into that role, in my personal opinion, and like I said, I would have never gotten with my wife had she been divorced or there was still a man in her life. But two things. There are times when it's perfectly okay to do that. The woman had, widows kind of changed the dynamic.
Yeah.
It wasn't by choice that she's alone. And then the other thing, and I honestly don't think, because most of these content creators are in their 30s, 40s, and even up into their 50s. People don't seem to understand that your choices get limited the older you get. Okay. You don't have the field, or you don't have the opportunities to get kind of what your preference is at 51 that you would at 21.
Right.
And I don't know, 51-year-old doesn't have the range of choice. You're probably not going to meet someone who's age appropriate to 51, and that person not be a single mother or divorcee or what have you.
Right. I dig it.
And I don't know that I want to marry a 51-year-old virgin.
51-year-old virgin.
The first thing I would have said is, what were you, a nun?
Yeah, pretty much. Stanley, question, we off subject. How do you give somebody a wrench on these things?
Oh, you have to go into YouTube. Hold on, I'll walk you through it. Let me look at YouTube right quick. You got to go into if you got a YouTube session up right now, right?
I have my StreamYard, but I have a YouTube session on right now.
Okay, it should say something like
What my show, right?
Does it?
Go to my
Yeah,
show?
it would be your show.
Okay, hold on.
And you should always have your show up in a YouTube session that's
I
going
do have
live.
it on my tablet.
Okay, good.
So
Well,
I
that's just a
do it on my
lesson.
tablet,
That's
right?
a lesson I learned the hard way. Is why I'm saying it. Hold on one sec
Oh,
here.
yes, I can do it on
So
my tablet. I got it.
yeah, go somewhere.
Yeah.
It'll say edit. Once you get into the edit settings, there's something. It'll say system, and one of those tabs in there is where you add. I think it's content moderation. Oops. Went to the wrong place. You see it? You will go to
Stanley, you there?
settings. Yeah, I'm still here.
Put this up.
You'll go to settings, then you'll go
It says
to
this from
community.
Natasha. Wonderful. A gentleman can decide on his preference. If he doesn't want to be a stepfather, then a woman with children should be grateful that he said so up front, so as not to be negative impact on her kids. I dig it. But what I was trying to get at is I understand not wanting to be, because a lot of people don't want to, but for a person to, it's just the people who look down on a person who is willing to take on that responsibility.
Right.
And also in the same words is to say that they are a leader of people and communities, and also to complain about what young kids are doing without having the father. You shouldn't complain. If you look down on a person who's putting themselves in that leadership role, and there's a lot of guys out there who are not doing it, and you complain about the kids who don't have that, or not even praising the ones who are trying to do that, you shouldn't have much room to talk about stepfathers.
But see, you're doing exactly what I do.
And I do understand about fathers not wanting any other guy around their kids. I dig that. That's definitely not something the biggest majority of men don't want. But life is life itself. And also,
right,
that
you
being
can't
said,
deny the woman
that those who do put themselves in that position, which my kids all have a stepfather or a guy in their life that their mother's dating. And to be honest with you, I don't have much say in what goes on with them. I just know that they're safe. And if they were ever to be put in a position where that guy is a threat, she knows who to call. Even if her not liking me or not, knows who to call. But I can't control everything, and I'm not gonna sit up there and if my kids are happy and they're well taken care of, besides me, then I can't look down on that, because most kids need both the different perspectives of a man and a woman in the house. And you know what I mean? So I don't think I think anybody who wants to be a leader of a community should never look down on any person that's taking that role. So put these up. That you are also correct. A stepfather is an important part of the community. My grandfather officially is a stepdad to my mom and her siblings. He's been married to my grandma for 40. Nice. Congratulations. More men willing to step up the game to raise wonderful women like you and your mother, and so on and so forth through the community, especially the African melanated community.
Hey, Savage.
Right. I had my youngest son. You know, my life is a little different than a lot of people.
Mm.
So my youngest son had a great dude, me and another dude in his life, and he ended up calling him light skinned dad. I'm dark skinned dad. He was a good dude. I can't, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not there and he is a good dude, and that's the situation that she chose to be in, and I'm, you know, not around all the time, then you know what I mean, you have to like sit there and look at it like that is kind of bettering the community. That is kind of like filling in the void of what should be done. Like I would never sit up there and be like, I want a community, and there should be leaders sort of get, and I'm a leader for a community, but sit there and be like, oh well, there ain't no nigga should be taking care of nobody's kids when they don't have a father figure or a male figure. What? That makes no sense. But shout out to Stanley for shout out to Stanley for coming in and having a conversation, man. Y'all just got to like, people need to understand how to talk to Stanley and how to listen to Stanley. Stanley is a elderly man who has a lot of ways that's stuck in, like, you know, hamsters around in a wheel, like hamsters in a wheel. Oh, there he goes. He got off that. Oh,
Yeah,
he's on
something
the hamster.
happened with my mic.
Stanley back in the building.
Can you hear
I'm
me?
just talking shit about you, Stanley.
Can you hear me?
Oh, something's still wrong with your mic.
Wow. What is up with
Can you
this?
hear me? I can see the greens moving, but I can't hear nothing you're saying. Maybe take the plug out and plug it back in. Or wait. You can hear Stanley? They were saying,
Yeah, I can hear you.
how can I not hear Stanley? Oh, shite.
Oh yeah, I'm the old man.
Let's mess it up.
I'm the old man.
If I y'all tell me this. If I was to refresh in the middle of a show, is it gonna knock me off? It's gonna end
No,
the
you'll
stream? I
still.
don't know yet. Can y'all tell me in the chat? Since I can't hear that. Hold on. Let me see if I can hear Stanley on this thing. Stanley, say something real quick in the chat.
Can you hear me now?
Hold on. Let me see if I can hear Stanley on this thing. Yeah, still can't hear him on mine. Say something real quick in the chat.
Can you hear me now?
See, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you on my tablet, but not here. So I'm gonna refresh. Hopefully it doesn't. Damn it. Hopefully that. Wait, hold on before I do this because I don't want it to end it. Stanley, you said what? Just back out?
Yeah, if you back, there you go.
And then we're
Okay, can you hear me now?
back YouTube and come back in.
No. Back out of
I
StreamYard.
brought YouTube up. I'm gonna do the stream. I'm just gonna do it. Fuck it. Hello.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Say something, Stanley.
I'm saying something now.
Still can't hear you. What does that mean when it does that? I did back out of StreamYard. So if I X out of StreamYard instead of refreshing it, it'll still be up there? Damn. Back all the way out. All right. But if I leave, won't it cancel the show? If I leave, won't it shut down the show? Okay. Stanley?
Can you hear me now?
Stanley?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I still can't hear him. And I backed all the way up. I don't know what that means. How do y'all hear him? And I can't hear you, Stanley. Me neither. I'm not sure what's wrong. Maybe I'm on too long. Does that mean something? Is there something in the settings I can fix? Damn, I don't want to end the stream right now. Oh, man. Oh, I guess I got to end the show. I just did. Send it. Everything's perfect. Hello, hello.
I can hear you. Everyone can hear me but you.
All right, well, I guess. Well, let me check this real quick.
Just start up a new.
I guess that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. It's always doing something. Just start up. You know what? I'll try. I'll think about it. It's already 12, and sitting here smelling myself. I'm gonna jump in the shower. Maybe I'll start up another one. I won't forget you. I appreciate you. Don't have to. You don't want to. You don't have to. I just say, consider the donation. I appreciate you. I'm at what? I'm at 1 o'clock, Stanley. Oh, you're on that too. So I'll just go to your show, Stanley, and harass you on your shit like you do mine. I'm just playing. So thank you, everybody. If y'all can still hear me, I appreciate y'all for coming through. I had a great conversation like usual with Stanley. It's not even frustrating talking to old folks like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put a candy jar right next to me one day and have unwrapped candies in my pocket, and I'm gonna talk to young people like, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm just playing. I'm not that type. Yes, I am. All right. Y'all have a great day. I will be over on Stanley's channel at 2 o'clock. Let's rock out over there as well. I'll see y'all later.
Hey, welcome to my savage land, where anything can happen. No capping, just work trapping. All bow when I stand, or be slaughtered in the savage land. Cause savage is the motherfucking captain. Welcome to my savage land. I create the fucking smoke to make you choke. Y'all ain't ready for the slaughter. I eat kings, goblins, and gods for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There can only be one winner. Watch me shine and shimmer. Welcome to my savage land. Welcome to my savage land. Who the motherfucking smoke? It's all gold in you dig.